Supposedly, I don't like him for some reason.
It's because he leaves you to die.
Continually.
It's not like there's any resentment there or anything.
No, there's not actually. I'll just when it comes my turn.
I'm just
gonna leave
saying
him.
that I think that what your team needs to really have for this little operation of pirates you have is all your T-shirts need to say, "Please don't leave me to die."
I think you might need some more team building exercises that aren't supposed to be as nearly fatal.
That could work.
Have you considered trust falls that are not at the top of a roof?
Yeah, to the
I was
snake.
just say. Yeah, I was just saying, one of these people doesn't have arms.
He has wings.
That's usually not something you can catch someone with.
Ah. It's like landing in a down bed.
With no frame or support.
Yeah.
Did
Did he make a dexterity check to see if he can grab said snake and then fall together?
I think Allie may have been starting up the process to run the game.
Well, I can wait.
Okay.
We're only wasting our own time right now.
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it, she turned into a teacher.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of have to with this.
We're
Okay.
still missing.
Nobody.
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 Everyone's here.
Okay.
Toby's not. There he is. Okay.
There he is.
Toby
You
wasn't
were
roll.
making fun of Toby.
So, who would like to give the recap?
What do we get for a recap?
Well, I think everyone has an inspiration right now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, actually, no, I lost mine.
Well, Sam, would you like to do the
Definitely
recap and earn yourself an inspiration?
I would like to do that unless there's somebody else who lost an inspiration. Is there anybody else who lost one?
No.
right,
Someone
then-
else used it.
I'm totally doing it. Because
Did I use
actually, I
mine?
thought Toby used his. But anyway, I'm using it because I want it. It's important to me. Because I needed to save Grandma last time. All
I
right.
think it was either Toby or you.
Yeah, well, I definitely used it. I thought Toby did too.
Last time we had a second person. I couldn't remember if it was Toby or Black. So.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have one marked, so I may have used one too, but I will let Sam take this week.
All right. So, what happened last week? It was a typical average day for Gifton. She had to go work in the swelter places of the smithy, going and grabbing little scraps of copper, running to and fro, using the little wheelbarrows and getting completely covered in soot. It was a very tiring day, but she at least had the joy of the fact that she spent the morning with her grandmother and got to hear amazing stories. She knows that some of those stories aren't probably true, and some of them get a little different or bigger as time goes by, but she loves those stories. They always fill her heart with joy. Anyway, she had to go through town, which is always really annoying, because during the day, there's people everywhere, and they are just, like, always in your path where you're trying to go, and it takes extra time to get places, and she was really tired, really sooty, so she went to the tavern afterwards. Because she thought, maybe I'll see my dad, but mostly she was kind of hoping to see if any of the merchants or anybody that may be coming through town had any new styles she could look at, because she desperately likes to sew new outfits, and she likes to kind of take into account the newest fashions, because since they live on the outside of town, she's usually kind of behind all the other girls as far as what's going on. So she was really excited about that. Also, on her way to town, she got to see a sweet young boy who had shot himself in the foot. Trying to remember his name. I had it really good last week, and now I have forgotten it. I am sad.
Bad at aiming.
Oh, jeez. I forgot. Cheese, guys. Cheese. Anyway.
His name's not Cheese.
Anyway, the sweet young boy was helped to town by Thaldir, who was taking him to go see Corvus. And I got to see this mysterious medicine work that the medicine man does. And I thought it was the most interesting thing as I overheard the story that the Sinclair boy, I remembered, the Sinclair boy had shot himself
That
in
was
the
the
foot.
hinge pin.
the Sinclair boy had shot himself in the foot as a result of the fact that his father had taken him his first time out hunting. And while out hunting, the young boy had become startled by the deer he was hunting, fell backwards, releasing his bow, and shot himself miraculously in the foot, or shot straight up in the air and the arrow came back down. One of those two. I may have misunderstood what he was saying, but that's what I got out of it, which I thought was amazing. So I immediately had to go tell other people as I ran into them and spread this amazing gossip. So while I was at the smithies where the Gray Seals live, I saw Becair's son, Care, and I told him about this, and then we all started like thinking about the things that poor Sinclair boy, his boot is completely ruined. Maybe we should do something nice for him, because the Sinclairs have always been a nice family and we care about them. And then I ran into my father at the tavern. He told me to go home and go help my grandmother and stuff, because him and Mom were probably going to be going out to the old dwarf carpenter's place, because today was the anniversary of his son's death, and the brownies were all going to do something very, very nice little background things to try and ease his pain on such a suffering day. Nothing too major, but, you know, little tokens of kindness that we could give. And then sometime during that, as I was leaving the tavern, huge, massive torrents of fire flew over my head like comets from the sky, and they started hitting into the buildings, and everything lit on fire. And in a panic, I ran back to try and tell my father that the building was on fire, and I saw him on the landing yelling at Becair Graysteel, and he told me, no, you go home to save Grandma. And Becair was like, no, we should fight, because they're bad people, and we should stand up for the village. And I was like, he's got a really good point, because, I mean, Grandpa was really badass. And that's pretty much how where that went for a little bit, but I really had to do what my dad said, because, you know, he's my elder, and there are certain rules I need to abide by to be in proper society. And so I went to go do my duty and go home, and I found out, unfortunately, that the home that I lived in on the edge of town was on fire. Even more sadly, the Rileys, a small farm family that my family had been looking after for at least the last 60 years, and however many lives their people had during that. I watched their child grow up. They burned alive, and I heard their screams. I ran in and found my grandmother. I was beckoned in to find a strange path that led me to my bow, which I now have. It is a strange feeling with the bow. I came back out, ran back into town carrying my grandmother, trying to find hope and help, dashing past a lot of people that were having horrible moments of their own. And eventually I handed her off to Becair, or Care, who was taking her to safety. And I saw my parents die. Or I believe I saw both parents die, possibly. And then I was basically ignored by the big bad, who basically thought I didn't matter and turned and walked away. And I apparently got kind of mad and decided that I was going to go fight alongside the Graysteels, when I saw a sweet, bewildered doctor man from earlier, looking lost and alone in the middle of the streets with me, and I could not bear to leave him like that. I felt a need to take care of him and get him safely, so I escorted him to the edge of town, and we have since been on the run. The Goliaths that were assaulting the city burned and pillaged and killed everyone. I have learned the stories, probably, over the last bit, or may not have learned the stories, that the doctor has lost his father, the young tavern boy may have a missing mother, the centaur took a great grievous injury as a result of fighting one of the titans in the city, and the brave dwarf managed to not get his ass kicked by being smart about what he did. But we ended up going through the woods. We heard cries of people that were in danger. We tried to go up and help. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get there in time, but we took down the Goliath, and I believe the doctor struck the killing blow. I don't remember.
Well, it was indeed.
Yeah, Corvus struck the killing blow after the bar boy and the brownie assailed with arrows, and everyone else kind of moved in menacingly and took their own swipes. We, as a group, took down this Goliath, and we had that first feeling of we could fight back. And that's when we met Dingus, and we found our horse, who I have no interest in at all. And I think that's mostly where we left off.
Very good.
Okay.
Take your inspiration.
Mine.
Well, as we had left off, the party was deciding exactly where they wanted to go, and had seemingly settled on Southwest Time. However, I need all of you to make me a history check, please. Faldir, because of your extensive travels, you may do disadvantage. And Carrick, because of your mother telling you things, you also may have advantage on this.
I will take disadvantage probably.
Yes, I was
on
actually going to
this.
say, Gifton, because it is so far away and irrelevant to you,
Yeah.
disadvantage, please. Jesus Christ.
I'm so proud of the
Wow.
fact that
Hey,
got
at
a
least
0
mine's
in there.
conceptually appropriate.
In
Hey,
character.
For a +2, 14 8.
High five, Sam.
Okay. So,
Probably not the first good.
Carrick,
Okay.
your mother had often told you about Southwest Time, about her days there, and how it was on the east side of a river about half a mile across.
Okay.
Corvus, you have also heard similar things about Southwest Time, how it's on the other side of the river from Tarnstead, and how the river is quite wide.
Carrick,
Yes.
you wouldn't have happened to remembered any bridge over the river?
Do I remember any stories of crossing? Of how to cross?
You remember that your mother mentioned that it was an extensive travel up to Dolvewood, north of Southwest Time, to cross the river.
No, is
Loading
this
up a map.
because the river is known for being very rough and flowing very quickly, being very large? Are there rapids around that area?
No rapids. It is just rather wide and rather deep.
Okay, so we're not looking for a bridge over.
Troubled
However,
water?
Mr.
I was
Forager,
gonna
Nature Man, Faldia, you
Yes.
can make me a nature check. What is that called? That is
well, there's
Survival or nature?
Yes.
Nature.
I will take either of those.
If it's something like building a raft or whatever, I guess it would be more survival.
Nope, this is about the river itself.
I'm still going to want to go with survival if
Yeah.
I can.
No!
Well, there you go. Okay, while you don't know much about the city location itself, or it just plain didn't occur to you, you've been along that river before, and you know this time of year, this temperature, this location, there's likely still sections of it that are frozen. And you do recall that a little south of Southwest Time, there is a band of the river that narrows a bit, perhaps safe for crossing.
Oh, I don't know the city very well, but we could try crossing south.
Are rivers very bad?
The frozen water.
Not necessarily bad, but they can prove some difficulties in crossing. Depth, the cold, the speed of which it goes. You can find yourself submerged or drowning.
Gifted
don't-
looks mildly taken aback.
I believe our small friend may have an easier time of it. I really fear for them. I gesture towards the horse and the almost horse.
Which one's which?
Obviously, you're the almost
Oh,
horse.
Okay.
right. We
I
have
have
a
a-
horse.
Wow.
We gained a horse, yes.
Literally, Sam in the intro.
Actual horse.
Discuss the horse.
I
We am the horse. I'm naming him Clop.
Clop, okay.
Damn
Sorry,
it! I was gonna
I'm
call
gonna
him
flip.
Trunk. Because I was gonna say all my
you
junk
can
up
say
in my
anything.
trunk.
Both of you refer to the horse by your own names. and it
No, I will.
occur.
I will acquiesce to the Clop because it's a cute name. And it sounds.
I beat you to it.
Yep.
Find out he has no hooves, so he doesn't clop. Not hooves, shoes.
Aw.
So hooves. Well, we got the betting horse here.
Is Southwest time like Tarnstead?
I'm guessing my mother probably would have said stuff. About
She
being
often
bigger.
likens it. One second, let me grab my Southwest Time map because I'm going to give it to you if I can figure out how.
You drag him onto
He's
it.
surprisingly straight faced, just looks over and says, "Do you mean like Tarnstead now or Tarnstead before?"
But hopefully not Tarnstead now,
Oh, not.
because that would
Tarnstead
be a
now.
bad trip.
You recall Southwest, your mother's stories about Southwest Time. It's a similar size to Tarnstead, but a little more focused on farming and not quite so worried about defense. It doesn't have a local garrison, although it does have a small building with what equates to essentially a sheriff, a couple of guardsmen, but that's about it. But it's a quaint little town and fairly peaceful, as your mother told it.
About similar to Tarnstead, more of a farming town. Not much defense like we had, because not worried about things attacking them. Occasional, oh God, someone got drunk. Look over at the elf.
Good. Sounds like a good community so long as the Goliaths aren't heading that way.
Do you think there's more people like me there?
I'll be honest, I
Maybe.
didn't know there was you.
Oh,
Yeah. That's very fair as well.
I've never.
I would expect so.
My grandmother never spoke of Southwest time as anything.
Did they speak of other places?
I think they spoke of Ailbridge. I think they did.
Yep, they spoke of Ailbridge. There was a mention of Wintercroft,
And Wintercroft.
and even far-off, distant stories of a magical port called Siddur.
Siddur, I think, was another one that Grandma used to tell me about.
You had similar individuals in Wintercroft.
I think that there were rumors anyway that there were some up that way that had traveled. We don't travel much. This is more traveling than I've done in my life. I don't think anybody in my town's traveled this far in generations.
I'd say the same thing, but I'm pretty sure I'd be lying.
Why would you lie?
I mean, my parents told me I was born way north of here.
Oh. You
My
mean there's
mom used to
more?
mention- Yes.
Yeah.
There's
Wow.
I was born in Needlewood.
there's a lot more.
I was born in Needlewood myself.
It's not just Tarnstead.
What are we doing when we get to Southwest time? If they don't have a garrison, you said, right? So, how do we tell? Who do we tell about what happened to the garrison? Who's gonna do that?
There should be
Allie,
a sheriff there.
I'm Annie.
everyone's robotic for me.
Let me change server for you. Ta-da.
Haba.
Ta-da.
You didn't enjoy
Everybody
our
should
robot
cut.
upgrades?
No, it was very
You
confusing to
did
understand.
not enjoy.
Thank you, Kronos, for playing a lot.
I am one of the advanced kind that they made on Facebook.
Well, I mean, I mean,
Mark Bot.
are you guys? Do you folks want to settle in Southwest Time? Is that where you're gonna do? Are you gonna have homes there? What happens?
At this point, it's just the nearest place. They may have heard word before we get there.
I don't know what
'cause-
I'm supposed to do.
Weren't we taking these pendants to Southwest Time?
Yeah, I know we were doing that, but I mean more than that though. I mean, what are
After?
yeah?
Honestly,
I don't know.
I don't think any of us have an idea yet, Gifton.
Wouldn't be the first time that I've packed up and moved to a new place. Won't be the
Hopefully,
last.
on better terms, usually.
I'm gonna pull my cloak up a little bit and go. I'll be in really big trouble if anybody sees me with you.
Why?
It's not to be done.
You do seem like you want to hold back around us.
Well, not supposed to. We're supposed to come out when you're sleeping, and we're supposed to do nice things, and then we leave and we don't get involved.
So that is the issue if you are seen.
Exile.
The worst of the taboos.
And I don't know what I'm supposed to do because I think I'm maybe our DM.
I was going to say something like that. I mean,
I don't know
We're
how
not-
many of my people got out and if word will spread or what. Cause
we're not exactly exiles, but we're all displaced.
Okay, so can I stay with you guys for now?
Yes.
I don't see a
Of
problem with that.
course. I think
I'm okay with it.
most of us are.
I can fix things
for
really
others.
good. I'm good at fixing things. I'm good at that.
That's a good thing, because I'm pretty sure I'm good at breaking.
We gonna be great friends.
And she takes another swig of one of the wineskins.
Karen
And
kind of leans
I-
down to Gifton and goes, "She's really good at breaking things.
I heard that.
I know we had to
I
fix a
don't
lot.
care."
Also, we wrote funny notes and stuck them to your face.
Oh.
You hate
look
Bob.
at
I'm just
How
throwing
many
that out there.
times
It's no joke.
your random helpers that you've had in your bar get the back end of your hand?
How funny.
Well,
It really depends if you
least-
can read Sylvan.
at least if we get up to Southwest Time, maybe someone has heard anything from anybody. I mean, just because we're going this way doesn't mean everybody else did.
Foul dear.
Yes.
I would like you to
Uh-oh.
give me a.
Cake.
Those odd
Yum.
checks that aren't quite appropriate for anything, but we're just gonna say, give me a straight up. What do we use for memory, guys?
History.
History.
Memory? Is that what
Oh,
that's
Straight
no.
intelligence.
Or you can use
Quiz.
intelligence.
Yeah,
Yeah, straight intelligence check, please.
Or just Thaldia.
Oh, shit.
He's the old.
Only or
well,
wisdom.
is he the oldest or is the elf older?
He's older than me.
I am
Valdir is far older. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll do.
Hey,
You
I'm
recall-
older.
You recall the pigeon release, and you recall there was only a few destinations those things were actually sent to. They can't really afford to have them going back and forth between every city. That kind of training for the pigeons is ridiculous to do. But they do go to Dolphwood, so if any news was to reach anywhere,
Well, I do know they released the pigeons from the garrison and at least be going to Dolford.
That was
If
the
we could go
crossing,
to
wasn't it?
Southwest Time, we could head up towards it. Although I think you did mention the bridge there.
Yeah, out of character, that was the crossing, wasn't it?
Yep, that is
Yep.
the crossing.
That was
You
that is-
you would know that Dolford is essentially the central hub for this little sub-region. Dolford is where most of the trade goes out to the surrounding
it's the
villages.
seat.
Yes.
So yeah, Dolphwood is the best crossing to get over to Southwest Time. Out of character, because I don't know how well knowledge the Adventurer Guild thing is.
Mhm.
Would it be a pretty good idea that most of us would have? That's probably most likely where they'd also have a
A register,
chapter?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could
It's not so much any chapters or anything. There's no like central building, but it's
Yeah.
where an official would be to handle your
That's what I
registration.
mean. Okay.
Yeah.
So that would
No,
also be probably where
I
we
was-
turn those
I
in
was
that
thinking-
probably too, right?
Mhm.
Is that,
Although most cities with any kind of guard or sheriff will take those
I'll
in.
take those. Okay.
Yes.
Can I look to see if there's any designating marks on those pendants?
Certainly. Who has those?
I think we have. I think the party.
I thought they got
loot.
put in the satchel. That's the bag of holding.
Yeah.
I think that was the
And
plan.
who's carrying that?
I thought that our dear
Nobody took
sweet
it from me.
no one took it from him because basically the only thing that's been taken separate was the saddlebags, I think, and he removed the saddle, which we still haven't gotten back on that horse.
Well, we technically
Correct.
haven't actually moved anywhere either.
Yeah, we haven't
so-
moved anywhere yet. I'm just saying, remember the saddle's not on the horse.
Yes. Yes.
Do you mind if I take a look at those again?
I'm gonna reach into the bag, not touch the head because that's disgusting. Still.
Oh yeah, there's a
Pull those
head
out.
in there.
I'm gonna hand them over. What you trying to do?
I was just seeing if there's any sort of designation on them, or sigil, or
Okay.
a marking of identification.
Okay, so you take them out and look them over. One of them has the it does have an inscribing on the back. On the front is just there's a symbol that is on all of these, which is basically just it's a complex little thing inscribing that most places use to print, just to make it official, you know.
Mm-hmm.
On the back of it, however, one of them has Terrell Selin, 3rd, West Forge. And I will paste that in for you.
Actually, I have a question, Ali, about the world.
Mhm.
Is money universal or is it per kingdom? Like, are coins
Upon
made for each kingdom?
most kingdoms have their own coinage, as in they have their own style of print and so on.
Mm.
However, at least on this continent, gold and silver and so on values are about the same.
Yeah, but basically,
They-
you could see a coin is from this kingdom versus this kingdom. When you look at
Yes,
it.
indeed.
That's what I was curious about.
Well, one
and
of
the
these.
other one is Carafel, 2nd, Coingate.
Actually,
Oh,
Coin
we have names for these poor fellows, I suppose. Harold and Hera. One is from West Forge, and one is from Drumgate.
thank you, Ali, for typing that.
Wow, those are some weird names.
Where in the hell is Cromgate?
Never heard of those. Never heard of those.
Oh, it's
cities.
way up there.
Um,
It's northeast of West Forge. And there's a road going all the way down to Needlewood. Okay.
I have never heard of those. I don't know if.
Of no particular remark.
Yeah.
If you wish, you can make a history check on those cities.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Even though I'm saying I don't know anything. Let's see.
I'm
Same.
choosing not to because I'm pretty sure Arky wouldn't know shit about it.
Okay,
Not
so
his character for
I
that
don't know.
knowledge.
Wait a second.
Okay. So you'll get this. West Forge used to be known as a very good forging city, surprisingly. They used to mine up very, very fine ores nearby, and that was their main industry. But that was about 150 years ago. Since then, it's just been a standard bustling trade city. They still have a few famous smiths and so on, famous smithies, however, that continue an apprenticeship line, but it's no longer the focus of the city. Their mines have long since run dry, and it's basically not a huge deal to import ore to themselves just to continue that lineage, so it's just become yet another city. Coimgate, on the other hand, was basically what Tarnstead used to be very, very long ago. It was considered the gateway to the wilds. Back when Barast wasn't quite so large.
Ooh.
So where did you all say that one was? Because I have to.
It's set northeast of West Forge.
Okay, north.
I'm trying to ping it for you.
It may not be zoomed out all the way.
Ping it. Do I have? Oh, that's zooming in more. Oh, I actually was on the other. I had the other page open and looking there. And so you're saying ping. I'm like, how can you be pinging when I'm looking at a different window? Okay.
Good job.
I was being proactive, I thought.
So we're still going to Westheim, right?
Yeah.
Yes, but we're gonna. I think we have to swing up to Dulvheim anyways to cross, because if it's a wide river, I don't think we'll be able to swim across.
Well, Taudia was saying that there may be some frozen crossings that may be of use.
Are we in winter right now?
We are.
You
in
are
winter.
towards the end of winter. However, you are in a very cold part of the country anyway,
Okay.
even when it's outside of winter.
Okay.
This entire continent is rather southern on this world, and this far down south, it's very, very cold.
But
Which I have made the assumption that most of you are fitted for winter clothing, just as a fact of living.
Makes sense.
well, if what he said also was that the pigeons were trained to fly up there, they may want people who made it out to go there so they know more about what's going on, because pigeons can only carry so much information.
You said Westheim's not protected, right? So wouldn't we want to tell them first? Because it might take them a while to get stuff from the
Well,
north.
Maybe best to get there than head north through any
Yeah.
other communities.
I guess
We can
get there
try.
right?
We can try crossing, and if it's proven ill for us, we can go north to Dulwood.
Yeah, I guess if we go wherever the river is and we just follow it north, and if it
Follow
doesn't
the
look
river.
good, it won't matter.
Yeah.
All
That's
things
probably
considered, the Goliaths were on horses. We're not. If, like, we're going there to warn them, they're going to get there before us anyways.
But
Because if they're going to sack towns, they're not going to fuck around just, going through these fields playing grab ass. They're going to go straight there.
Yeah, but they're hunting down everybody to try and make sure there's no witnesses. It looked like. I mean, they really.
And how
I
many
don't
of them there are compared to how many of them could just go and take another town? I'm
Yeah.
just saying that,
count 'em
like,
all.
in the long run, whether or not we warn them, if they're not attacked by the time we get there, then they're probably not going to be attacked.
They might be
What
going
if
for
it's on
Aelbridge
the other
first.
side? Yes, if it's on the other side of the river, they may be looking for a more strategic crossing point, especially if they're on horses. Trying to ford in this weather would be Ridiculous.
I got an honest question for you. How often have you heard Goliath using, tactics? Like advanced tactics, smart
I don't
shit.
know any
I
When-
Goliaths.
seemed to a moment ago.
You mean run in, burn
Regardless.
down the place?
Yes.
We
They
should
cut us
likely
off and
get
everything.
moving.
Yeah. Well,
It was actually towards the end of your guys' day after a fight, so you may want to bed down for
Oh.
the night.
Right. That was my next question. Was what time is it?
All right. So let's set fire to the Goliath body and then just lay
does-
down near.
I've heard stories of some of the ones passing through about trying to hide fires. Does anyone know how to do that? Since we're kind of still in where they might find us.
I'll roll it.
Yep, go
Makes
ahead and have
sense.
advantage on that.
Oh, in that case, I'll just roll a second. Wow, that
Yep,
was.
you know how to disguise a fire easily enough. It would help if you had a shelter to do so.
Is Cassiopeia around, by the way?
She hasn't spoken at all.
Yeah.
That's
I was
why
I,
I'm
I
asking.
was half wondering if you're like she
No,
will be
I've
in
just
the
been quiet.
shelter.
Okay, just wanted to make
Centaur
sure
is the
you weren't
shelter.
like accidentally muted or had to run away because
Of the
stupid
bees.
people are
That'd
being
probably be-
loud outside your place or something.
If anything, that'd be me.
Well, we could build a fire blind. I think that's something.
I don't know much about being out here in the wild.
We could take
I'm-
down some trees, but it may take a while to get us set up.
And anything I can do to help, I'm willing. But I don't know much about this type of stuff. I'm more good with people.
Any hills or anything with an overhang? Or...
Unfortunately, while there are dips and rises in the terrain, there isn't something so majestic as a hill anywhere nearby. Just lots of trees. However, there is enough fallen branches, enough foliage that you probably could construct a shelter. Especially any carpenters. Eyebrow waggle.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
If there's material, I'm building a shelter. That's probably what she's been doing out, gathering material, coming back and just. throwing
We've
something
just
up.
been all jib-jabbing, and Cassiopeia's been collecting wood.
Sitting there planing it.
Hey, Cassiopeia, if I make you some boards out of some of these branches, do you think you could make me something?
Yeah. If I have time, yes.
Okay, I might have you do that before we get to Southwest time.
Do you
Okay.
need more things collected? Looking at the centaur.
Hmm?
Do you have enough there, or do you need more stuff collected to make a shelter?
I should have enough to make the shelter.
Right. Okay. As you all start to set up camp and settle in for your night's rest, Cassiopeia, you gather up some materials, and if you start to build a rather simple shelter, a little lean-to, if you give me a DC 10 check on your carpenter's tools, please.
I would help with that, considering he has a bone saw and could use it to help cut some things.
Okay. If Cassiopeia directs you and you lend a hand, Cassiopeia could have advantage on that, but really doesn't particularly.
Yeah, I
need it.
don't think she needs it.
Cassiopeia's like, that's a cute saw.
Cassiopeia builds a shelter that will help you keep warm, keep you hidden from sight, and the roofing of which will help disperse that smoke a bit to make the fire a bit less visible in the sky, and of course obscure the light.
I'm gonna get out my mess kit and start making my food, and then look around and realize that this is kind of silly.
Well, if it is, how do you pronounce the dwarf's name again?
Valdir.
Really bad.
Oh dear.
Thaldir. Thaldir. Thal. like thalamus gland.
Like thallus.
That's thalamus.
Sure.
Thallid.
And deer, like
Are you gonna gather food for everybody like earlier?
yes. I will.
If you bring it here to me, I can cook it up. I learned a decent amount when I was in the tavern.
Kovas will just sit down and start cleaning his things.
Okay.
Can I make a check to try to make food taste better?
Certainly, you can. Faldir goes off and, of course, starts to gather up bits and pieces. You don't particularly have the time to do proper hunting, nor do you really want to attract attention, but you can gather up berries, mushrooms that you know are safe, and other assorted little bits and pieces, and bring them back to the camp.
What are you gonna ask for me cooking? What stat?
I would like you to. Are you a measure out everything precisely, or do you go by feeling kind of cook?
Do you do
Go
the
by
cooking
feeling.
by the book?
Okay, I want you to do a cooking check with your wisdom, please,
Okay.
using your cooking utensils.
Okay.
Very nice. So, after getting a fire going, and I'm assuming you have a little mess kit amongst your utensils you can use to cook up.
I have
with.
a cooking utensils actually.
Yep. So you've got a little pot and everything. Carrick manages to make you all a passable meal. It's basically there's no meat or anything, but it tastes nice, it smells nice, and it warms your stomachs for the night.
Wow, is this what it was like eating at the tavern?
No, she was they were a lot better than I am.
Oh,
But-
this is really good.
Thank you.
My
And
grandma
as you all
always
settle in
burned
for the
this.
I used to burn a lot.
The fire always got too
there's a
high,
reason they didn't-
and then the oil would spill, and then there would be the burning.
They used to not let me into the back very often. They still didn't because other people were better at it, but Mom taught me a little bit.
Sal, dear,
Yes.
these mushrooms, do you know the bad ones?
There aren't any in there.
Well, good, but for my interests, can you find some?
Maybe tomorrow, but it's
Yeah,
Just-
maybe we can go look for some poisonous plants if
Just-
you want.
Mr. Doctor, sir, I know things are bad, but it's not a good time to try and kill yourself.
No.
Not with that attitude.
No, sometimes the bad stuff is actually good for the medicine, right?
Precisely.
Yeah, I use the bad stuff and make it worse.
Yes, but it's the end of the day. and
No,
it's best
it's good. It's time. We should rest. We should. Yeah.
No. Yeah. When you go
Yeah.
looking again, see if you can perhaps find some more. The bad ones.
Maybe we should help.
Please
anymore.
make sure that
Next time.
they keep track. Please don't mix them in because I don't know the difference. And I don't think we want to eat the bad ones.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just got the ones that are going to take us on a different kind of trip.
As long as it isn't, was it Allie with the berries in the one game? In the when she was the dragon?
Yeah.
Our
Different
excuse for why she was away for
Yeah.
various
Yeah, none of those, please, because you all have to deal with it too.
One time, Deidre, one of the honeyfoots, she got into the mushrooms pretty bad, but she got into the silly mushrooms, and she didn't talk for 2 days.
I'm just imagining.
Is that what happened to the stock in my head in the back?
Huh?
Is that what happened to the stock in my head in the back?
I don't think it counts as stock if you had them growing.
Were you the one that had them?
It wasn't growing. I had them in a container.
I'm just imagining
Yeah, I was
silly
gonna
mushrooms.
use them in some wine.
making
I don't know
ones you
about
normally
that. I just
laugh.
know she got into some and she didn't talk for 2 days, and her eyes were like this.
Now, I guess is she a type of person that's a good thing she didn't talk for those days?
No, the Honeyfoots are usually really nice people.
Oh, okay. I've met people that would be nice to not talk for days.
Grifton is right though. They can be used.
Gifted?
Gifton.
Yes.
Oh,
I should
Oh,
again.
so she's not trying to scam us.
Yeah.
Yet.
They can be used to help in certain supplies that I use, or they can be utilized in a more nefarious ways.
Have you been taking the mushrooms for yourself, boy?
Gifted
That's-
giggles.
You
Well,
kind
well-
of lost your voice in your beard there.
Well, I think Corvus will keep an eye out for things that might help you with the doctoring, okay?
Wonderful.
That way you can keep everyone's feet safe.
That is my intention.
hopefully more than just our feet.
Well, let's hope only our feet are the ones that are in trouble.
I would prefer none of me get in trouble.
That would be the best.
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna take this area over here with the little dragon. Don't come over here. I'll get mad.
Indicates 80% of
I'm
the
taking
area.
this entire half of the structure. Goodbye, folks.
However, Gifton, when people are mentioning shoes, something occurs to you. You've fixed many shoes in your times. And your companion shoes, they look like they could use a little work. And as you are traveling overland on foot, that fixing them up might actually be a good idea. Because here's a little thing from Sanafar's guide that they pasted in.
Where is it?
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well,
I missed that part.
and I actually am trained to do that anyway, so I'm going to
Nice. That's part of the cobbler's tools.
so I will
Oh, okay.
I
yeah,
I
that's
will
probably wisdom.
go and start fixing everybody's shoes and make them nice. And
Oh, that reminds me. Is anyone actually injured right now?
Cassie.
Not anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, you got healed.
oh, these smell. Oh,
Yeah, if I remember correctly,
Where's
someone
socks?
was actually healing.
or change them. Change your socks. Oh, bad. Gross.
So I should say that reminded me that I have a healing effect.
Alright, I'm doing a survival
okay.
check. I'm basically gonna look for some nice smelling flowers to stuff in some of these shoes.
Go ahead.
Yes.
So as in,
So,
so as Ali mentioned, with that, everybody may want to keep an eye on what their tools can do if they have Xanthars,
Yes,
because there's
look
quite a
at-
bit of stuff that.
yes,
Can be
I will
done.
be allowing and utilizing.
Oh, actually,
all
I
these
don't
tool
have the
proficiencies.
cobbler tool proficiency. I have the other tool proficiency, but I still fix
Oh,
tools. I
what do-
mend. I mend. So
Ah.
You
I'll
have
just mend.
you have the is it the Tinker's tools?
No, I have weaver's tools and I have woodcarver's tools and I have a poisoner as my thing. Which
Never
I
mind
actually
then.
I actually was going to trade poisoner out for something, but I wasn't sure if I still needed it for my my basic thing because I thought that was inherent.
That's
that's-
inherent.
If that's inherent, I would have rather kept it at the cobbler's tools because I had to swap that.
Then feel free to have your cobbler's tools then.
All right, I'll do cobbler's tools
Yeah.
Eventually, with enough downtime, Kark will have all the tools.
because it's more fitting for the character. So
Well, so this will be part of your long rest, and as
I
you
can
sort of
identify those.
start to settle in for the night, would you guys like to do a watch?
Probably a good idea.
Or are you too inexperienced to come up with the
I was
idea?
just
Exactly, that's
say
kind of the
most of
thing.
us are, but there is one person, maybe two, that know.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe three, because we do have a military trained person,
mhm.
Yeah.
and we've got the old dwarf who I don't know exactly his background, so I don't know if he'd know, but Karuk is far too inexperienced to know that there should be a watch. So I will say that much, but I don't know about everybody else.
Gifton would have never experienced a need for one.
Yeah.
She was
I
always
will say-
given jobs.
I will say Faldir has done it many times in his past, so you'd know Faldir. Cassiopeia, your parents may have drilled this concept into you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it is
So,
on you all.
Mr. Woodsmith, should we set up a watch for the night?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Right.
It's a watch.
Yes. It's where you sit and look. Make sure that nobody's coming after us.
Oh. I'm good at
Right,
watching.
like
and seeing
the garrison.
Yes. Except you should be better at it.
I just took care of them. I've never done one.
Did those things work? Pointing at your eyes.
No, most quite well. Yes.
I was good at spotting people trying
Part.
to sneak out on their bills. At least Miss. Dang, it's been a week and I can't remember her name already.
Argue?
No, Miss.
The
Lady who ran
tavern
the
lady.
place.
Yeah.
Wow, already you've forgotten about your.
Hey, it's been a long
employer
week for me.
so
It's
well.
been a very rough week for me.
It has
Yeah.
been a rough week for him.
What was the tavern keeper's name, Allie?
I don't have it down because I've made
Okay.
it up on the spot.
Oh,
Why don't you
okay.
come up with a name you like?
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I remember it was a wood name, so we'll go. I want to say
Isn't it like
was
Willow or something? Or
no, it was like
Alder?
I'll say Thornwood because for some reason that's coming to my mind.
That works.
I'm gonna type it.
Thornberry. It was Thornberry.
That's it.
Yes,
It was
That's right,
Thornberry.
Thornberry.
Because it was smashing.
Yes, you made the
Mushroom.
joke. You did really good at
I'm actually
remembering that.
Now
I had
really
Thorn.
wish
I had
we
Thorn
had-
right.
What's doing watch like? Is that like when you see if people do things and then you tell other people?
Yes.
Oh. I don't see really good in the dark though.
That would probably be a bad thing then.
I'm pretty good at night, and like I said, I'm good at spotting things. And Mom always said I was good at hiding.
Alright, it's best we divide it up so each of us can get some.
Well,
Can I
So,
watch with
out of
somebody
character
so
here,
I can
so
learn how
there's-
to do it?
there's a dwarf, there's a centaur, elf, half elf, a fey creature,
Mhm.
and a human.
Ew.
There are two of us that cannot see in the
Two
dark.
of us cannot see in the dark.
Alright, so definitely pair the two
Well-
of you together. Got it.
No,
You do
remember.
have a campfire around you.
Yeah,
Right.
and remember, not having dark vision doesn't mean you can't see.
It just means you don't see well.
Yes, it's not like
Yeah,
it's dark.
It's
Everything
like disadvantage, or isn't it?
Yeah, but it's you still see. Technically, at a distance, so do we. We also have disadvantage.
Yeah,
So-
at least.
Yeah,
Hey,
beyond
just
60 feet, but that's going to be another 30 feet beyond the campfire, so
Yeah,
it's handy.
yeah.
Yeah,
It-
60 feet in pure darkness with only a campfire is not very far.
Can I watch
However-
with somebody that knows how to do it?
I've watched people who have done it.
I'll take you under my wing on this one.
That's more prudent.
I'm waiting for the comment of, but you don't have wings.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
I'm on watch with him
wanna
now.
Ask an honest question.
My perception is
before
shit.
I try to divide this up.
You need a minimum
So
of 4.
Argy- Yeah, is Argy still awake at this point, or has
She's
she
currently
passed
conscious.
out?
I would,
Like that.
I would
Not
honestly
awake.
think
She's
Argy's probably the
conscious.
other person to double up with, just because we need someone to keep her sober,
All right,
No,
so
not sober,
Argy.
conscious.
awake.
All right, in that case, Cassiopeia
Hmm.
can do.
Wait, can the centaurs? Is the centaur have dark vision?
They have low
No.
light or something, don't they?
No, we don't.
There's
Oh.
no low light. Remember,
We
it's just
don't
dark
have
vision.
enough to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just say if she did, we could try double up that way, but also
Yeah.
no.
But you can take a watch by yourself. Carrick,
Okay.
you can take a watch by yourself.
Okay.
Drunky and Doctor, you can go together.
Drunky. Names we're going to be using for our group.
Who's taking
Uh,
what
Hey,
order?
I got 2 names. What do you want from me?
What's your second?
Well, that's okay.
I'll go first.
Okay, so Foundry on first watch.
I'm
I will
guess.
say, as a note, out of character, I actually only need to sleep 4 hours. Sleep in big quotes. So I can technically take 2.
Well, if you want to volunteer up the information.
Or you can black out drunk. Those are your options.
Or, yeah,
I was just kind of looking, it's like, you know I only need to sleep like 4 or some hours, right?
No.
Well, in that case, the 2 of you can get to know each other better.
Which
Cassidy,
two?
you can take the second watch for the Centaur. The Doctor and the Drunk can have the third watch. And if you're sure you can stay up longer than that, you can help our lovely waiter make our breakfast during the final watch.
I can do that.
Okay.
Everything
Alright,
tastes better with
thumbs up.
alcohol.
Who?
There is now a watch order thing in handouts. Or I'm trying to put it in handouts.
Got it. Yep.
Yay.
If you ever decide to change the watch order, you feel free to edit it.
Okay.
Okay, so you all settle in for the night, and people start to drift off. It's a little hard because despite the fire, it's cold. The wind's starting to pick up, but you'll manage to drift off. Faldo and Gifton on first watch. Perception checks, please. If you do not have dark vision, it's advantage.
I do so.
That's bad, actually.
Your watch passes by peacefully, and nothing but the rustling of wind through the trees. And it's time to pass on your watch.
Thank you for teaching me.
Get some rest. It's important for the journey.
Alright.
Thank you for teaching me to not just.
Thank you for teaching me. It's very boring.
I'm not gonna slap the horse on the flank, so I'm just going.
As an aside, you guys probably want to notice that Argy never actually laid down. She's just kind of sitting, legs crossed, half staring at the fire.
She's even more boring than the watch.
However, as most of you have actually lived in a village that is mainly elven population, you're probably not unfamiliar with their ability to trance.
At the same time, I don't know how many of them trance the way she does, which is
Mhm.
most would probably go somewhere and like at least make some mimic of laying down or in a private place and that. They're just kind of literally sitting straight up, staring at the fire.
Unless she's incredibly drunk, then she's fallen over face first.
Oh, that explains what happened with the garrison. We had elves on duty and they were resting their eyes.
Nope, it's fine. I was awake. Then how'd they get past you? Look over there.
I thought Gary was awake. Oh.
I saw them with my human eyes.
No, that's only if that works for me.
I am going to
All
bury
right.
myself deep under my blanket and go to sleep next to the pseudo dragon, who is probably already asleep. And there will be brief complaints about the fact that everybody breathes heavy and is loud.
I'm going to push the centaur slightly.
Ears come straight up. Eye cracks open.
It's your turn.
Okay, Okay, sir.
Remember
And she
to
kind of,
wake up the others when needed.
Did you almost just say Mr. Man?
yeah.
Mr. Dwarf Man.
Okay, Cassiopeia, if you'd like to give me a perception check.
Do, do, do.
Ooh.
Like the others, your watch passes by peacefully. Bit chilly, but nothing happens. And after an hour or so, it's time to pass on your watch.
Who's next? I know I opened this. Oh, there it is.
Dwarf? No, the elf.
I'm walking up behind the elf and just kind of lightly tapping her on the back with one of my front hooves.
After the first tap,
Smash.
she just kind of blinks for a second, then looks over. My turn.
You and Mr. Doctor Man.
Are you just where she's sitting, sits down with her stick facing out towards the Everling?
Her stance doesn't really change. You can't really tell if she's gone back to sleep or if she's awake. No.
And then I'm going to go over and I'm going to
Goes from being
poke.
half lidded to full open eyes.
And then Caspia is going to go over and tap Mr. Doctor Man with her hoof as well. I'm not bending over to wake these people up.
That is the time, yes? Okay. Wonderful. Can't see shit.
Fall back asleep.
Ah.
Okay.
Archie?
Hello.
Yeah. Fire next.
Marcus is breaking up somewhat.
Did you
I'm going
Yeah.
to switch server again.
Okay.
Yum.
Duct tape
Okay,
in place.
let's try that.
Yeah.
I was saying that I'm going over to the fire by Archie.
Okay.
Okay. Argy-bargy and Corvus. You too must, Bono and such must give me perception checks.
Haha, you bonoed yourself. Oh shit!
Very nice.
You roll a +5, I can't roll for shit, Jesus.
I like to think RG's like awake and going, man, this is a really effed up couple days. Drink a little. Drink a little.
Really messed up. Really messed
She's
up.
probably doing
couple
that
days.
and just thinking about the Goliaths attacking and that, because those are the same ones she traded with.
Okay. Your watch passes by peacefully. No
That's not
disturbances.
Well,
a feeling at all.
Yeah.
you do kind of lose yourself in the fire,
And
don't you?
Stop stepping in the fire.
after what might be actually a little bit too long, it's time to pass on your watch.
I just kind of half turns, put the stick down, and starts jabbing Carrick.
Ah, stop it.
Your turn.
Okay.
Good to Nobbin.
I'm going to actually, gonna do this. Nope. He thinks he's hiding in a good place.
You're standing next
Ain't
to a
happening.
fire.
Yep.
You forgot how the
People
shadows are cast by the
looking
fire.
at you directly.
We're all gonna
Like
die.
this
Well, no, that's
tree.
a stealth. That's a stealth check. That just means he's not hiding. He hasn't made a
We're all
perception.
gonna die.
You chose a very thin tree.
No, I chose a very fat tree. Unfortunately, I chose the wrong side of it.
Well, if Overwatch has taught us
Oh, no,
nothing,
no.
it has taught us that you can hide behind a very thin tree.
Okay. I take a perception check.
Mm-hmm. Yes, please.
That's the important part.
Hey, look at
There
that,
you
everybody.
go.
That's how you do a perception check.
That's the important part.
Okay,
The
so
part he tried to sneak is the bad part.
So, the night passes by peacefully, and as you both sit there gazing through the woods, Carrick, your gaze passes over a couple of trees, and then something doesn't seem right. And as your attention snaps back to one of the trees, looking for that little thing that tweaked in your brain, it looks like a pair of yellow eyes close, and you see nothing.
Since we killed the Goliath, do Goliaths have different colored eyes? Since I've seen a couple now up close.
Goliaths have very, very normal eyes, and these
These
were
are not.
yellow as in glowy yellow.
Glowy eyes.
RG.
Yeah.
There's something out there, but it closes its eyes and I don't see it anymore. Glowing yellow eyes, and he's gonna point in the direction he spotted him.
Eric is pointing directly at a tree.
Now that you've told me, am I able to make another perception try to actually try and see it?
Go ahead.
Fucking son of a
You're not even sure. You're having trouble focusing. You're not even sure you see the fucking tree.
You're having blurred vision from that alcohol.
Alright. This is why moonshine is not
There's that
legal.
frick on the fire.
It fucks with your vision.
No, I know what I saw. It's just I don't know if it's something to worry about. Can I make some type of check?
I'll let you have a nature check. It's going to be high DC though, just as a warning.
Okay. Probably not.
It doesn't sound familiar.
Anything. He's gonna he's gonna get his bow out. Actually, he's gonna get the bow because the daggers can be drawn quickly. He's gonna go get his bow. And he's gonna
Do that thing that happens in every horror movie where you go check it out.
no. But he's gonna try this again because now he knows there might be something around. He's gonna try to hide again. I did that.
So
Do you hide behind the tree? It's the eyes.
No, I found a slightly different tree. Mind you, still not right thing to do. But I rolled one higher that time.
Kind of looks in with, what are you doing?
Trying to hide from whoever it is. I'm surprised if something
Who'd
happened.
have fooled me? Looks like you're trying to do an interpretive dance with a tree. It's weird.
Doesn't help that you have somebody talking to you as well.
Okay. We can just keep an eye out for things that seem more weird again, because he doesn't know to go. He doesn't know whether he should or shouldn't investigate because he is a youngin. Christ, I'm actually the youngest person in the party, aren't I?
Probably.
I don't know.
Well,
Anyone younger than 23?
No. Not me.
now that you are actually keeping your eyes out through your watch towards the end of it, I'll let you have another perception check.
Probably not gonna roll that good again. Nope, that's time.
Well, while Carrick is glancing about somewhat nervously, not particularly being focused, just looking. RJ, you're more relaxed in your gaze, and as it just sort of lingers and drifts at a whim, you too see what looks very much like a pair of yellow glowing eyes set into a tree that linger on you for a few seconds and then close. Different tree.
Oh no. Oh
Archie's
no.
gonna calmly reach down, pull a dart, and throw.
Okay, he's thrown at the tree.
Yep.
Make me an attack roll.
Stop pissing off the ants.
Okay. Oh, give me that at disadvantage as it is around 50 feet out.
Yep. Doesn't Dark Vision go to 60?
No, it's
Yep.
your
It's your
range.
range increment.
ranged
Okay.
because you're outside of your first.
So just give me another roll.
Okay.
Okay. The dart impacts into the tree with a thunk.
So you just kind of stare at him and goes,
Was that loud enough for me to hear?
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
the eyes are in that tree.
So I
Whatever
wasn't
it is,
crazy.
whatever it was didn't react when I hit it. When I hit that thing with the dart, though.
What should we do? I mean, we don't have something specific that we can go, hey, we're being attacked or anything.
So what Carrick is saying is, I don't want to be the one that wakes everybody up because they're gonna ask why.
However,
Oh,
this is very much towards the end of the rest, and it's about time to get everybody up. The light is starting to break.
Well, it's around the bar, we're supposed to get them up anyways.
Okay. I'm gonna go wake up Thaldir first.
The responsible adult should always be awakened first. Yes.
So he's the one that understands more than I do and seems to be the one knowledgeable about things going on.
I
So
feel
he's
like
gonna be the
Scott
first.
Baio.
Who?
Aw, references to Charles in Charge just go
Charles
over your head.
in charge.
Oh, was that was
the actor apparently is Scott Baio.
I'm like Sam. I don't remember actor names. I also don't remember the character name other than there was Charles, but
Yeah.
But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna start with Thaldir. Thaldir.
Yes.
There might have been a problem. We both saw eyes, and RG threw a dart and it hit the tree, but nothing happened. So I think we're okay, but we might want to be careful because they've been watching us, but we don't know what it is. Also, it's time to wake up.
Wake up the others, then.
Okay.
Keep them prepared but quiet.
Okay, I'm gonna go wake the others. Wait, who woke me? Oh, that's right.
I woke you up with
RG woke me up, so I didn't get woken up by a hoof. So I'm not going to be poking Cassiopeia with a stick or anything. So I'm going to go and wake people up and quietly let them know what's going on. Didn't say that. The elder said to kind of keep an eye out, but like not obvious.
Which tree was it?
I point at one. Actually, I point at two because I know which one the dart was thrown at. And then I point at the one that I spotted.
I'm gonna wait for everybody to wake up.
That was rubbish sleep. I miss beds. Anybody else miss beds?
Yes.
Yeah, same difference.
Okay. I'm gonna get my gear
No.
and clean up.
So, sleeping in the garrison was rougher. The ground's actually comfortable.
I always heard bad things about the garrison, so we didn't go there.
So, eyes in the trees?
Yep.
Carrick saw eyes in the trees and
So did RG.
RG
just
yeah.
points to the tree that has a dart in it.
Can Kovas is going to walk over to the tree with the dart.
I would like to, while he's starting to walk that way, I would like to open my senses, trying to gather any information in the area about if there's anything dangerous, and I will do so as a divine sense.
Present. Let me take a look at this quick.
It's only going to affect if it's celestial, fiend, or undead, or if the area is consecrated or desecrated.
Nothing seems up.
Okay, nothing smells funny to me. I'm just looking around.
So Ovis is approaching the tree and he has his eyes trained to the ground.
Okay. As you approach the tree, you don't walk into it because thankfully,
I'm not that up.
Yeah, it becomes pretty clear when you start to approach the tree. You can see rooting and such.
Yeah. He's just looking to see if there's any disturbance.
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
Somebody threw a dart at
Okay.
it.
I mean, apart from the fact that there is a dart in the tree, there doesn't seem to be anything up. The ground around it seems as natural as natural is.
What height is the dart at?
It is.
If I stand up.
Where would you have aim? Would you have aim directly for the eyes?
Aim directly for the eyes.
It's around 7 feet or so.
Oh. Whatever it was, it was taller. And Kovis will turn around and
Can you get the dart while you're over there?
Yeah. He reaches up a foot above his head to where the dart is so everyone can see.
That poor tree. It didn't need to get hit with a dart.
And we'll pluck the dart out.
No, he thought it was something watching us.
I'm gonna walk over and lightly pat the tree and be like, "I'm sorry, tree. I'm sorry they hurt you."
God, if it talks, we're gonna shoot it with an arrow.
And as you do so,
Yeah.
The tree goes, Sadai!
out of the tree steps a very tall, around 7 feet so, strangely wooden creature, but very fair. Leaf-like hair flowing down its back.
Oh god, it's the devil, guys.
It's feminine, and
The actual devil.
Yep, definitely the devil.
Yeah.
everyone
devil.
looking this way can make a nature check. Gifton, you have advantage.
Kovis had turned around and plucked the dart from behind, so he's not even aware.
Oh, nature.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not gonna be good at this. I don't think I've got strength on this.
Wow.
Surprisingly well.
Yeah.
Okay.
High five, Stem.
Argy, you recall fables and even some mild warnings of be careful when you go into the woods. There is said to be dryads there. And Gifton, this tall figure leans down to you, and it whispers in a sweet voice, tinged with that Sylvan accent that you've heard from some of the older members of your family.
Mhm.
It's okay, little fairy. The tree will recover just fine.
Oh, that's good. Nice day. I'm gonna slowly back over to the rest of the
So,
people that I'm with.
Was she speaking in common or?
I'll say it.
Sylvan?
I'll say it back in Sylvan because I'm assuming that's what
Well,
she
no,
was
I
saying.
meant
Yeah.
that's what she
No,
was
she
saying.
actually says it in common.
Okay, so
Okay.
we go.
So Kovis will spin around and probably
That's
Hello.
a good thing. I'm sorry our friend threw the dart at the tree.
Creatures. And as you speak, Carrick, her gaze lingers on you, and a wide smile crosses her face. And as she beckons her hand towards you, around you all, things that have moved in position during the night. These what look like just normal bushes, little brushels, spring up into little tiny wooden figures.
Mm,
And anyone looking can make enough a nature check for those.
Oh no.
Uh,
Do I still get advantage?
Yeah, you do.
Oh.
I am made a fail tonight. Thank you.
Okay. Faldir, you remember long ago a few fellow soldiers actually being harassed by a few wild ones of these, and Gifton, you've heard tell of these twig blights. Little, somewhat malevolent servants, but they're under control, it seems.
I mean,
But,
I
they
mean,
pop up out-
I come from the other side of these stories, so I
Yeah.
don't know if I know
If-
they're very malevolent.
Well, you do know that if they're not controlled by a greater fey, they tend to be very mischievous and somewhat nasty.
Okay.
Are these your friends?
Not friends. I haven't had a friend in a long time.
Well, that's,
But they're mine.
is this your home?
Oh, so much of this is my home.
We're sorry if we're intruding.
Gifton is getting very nervous.
We, our town kind of was destroyed, and we're trying to get our way to another town.
Your town? The place where you live?
Yes.
Why don't you come closer and tell me all about it?
Kovis is now walking in a random direction away from this.
She seems to be ignoring you, Corvus.
Okay, that's fine.
Her gaze is fixated solely on Carrick.
Carrick's gonna move closer. She doesn't seem to. She has things that surround us, but she doesn't seem to be threatening. So
Hold back, boy.
Kovis is going to.
my friends.
Well, tell me, Argue's going to calmly stand up, gripping your staff a little bit better.
Are we in trouble, miss?
Depends. An opera of your kind ran through here not a day ago. They trampled so much. And now you have... And she looks at the shelter you all built with clear disdain. You are... spoiling my home.
We're sorry. We didn't know this was anyone's home. Well, I don't think most of us are used to being out here.
Are you still near her, Gifton, or have you backed off?
I'm near her still. I've backed off, but I probably only backed off like 5 feet. Because to me that's a lot,
Yeah.
but to most people that's not.
You see that long, slender frame lean down again to peer at you, as if somewhat perplexed. And what are you doing with them, little fairy? Come, up here. I do not wish to lean down to speak. And she motions as if expecting you to fly.
Oops.
She gives an abashed look, and I'm sorry, I am no fairy.
No fairy. And her gaze lingers over you again. Sort of, it would be up and down if she had to take in more of your form at once, but it's just simply fixed on you.
Yeah.
And then
It's just
one of
down.
those long wooden fingers just does a little twirling motion as she goes, "Turn for me."
I will turn.
And she stands back up.
We were preparing to leave. If you'll let us go.
I am feeling kind. You may leave with this filth of Titania's. But this one, and a hand settles on your shoulder, Carrick. Did you move over? Or did you actually heed Baldur's warning?
I started walking forward, but I didn't walk
Stopped
all the way
midway.
to her.
Okay, but this one, she says, just reaching a hand out to Carrick. He's so pretty. I like him.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I like to think Corvus says that in character.
There goes the stealth.
He will be.
I'm happy with that if that's the case.
He will be the tribute for your misdeeds.
Boy has to go back to his mother.
He would be much happier with me.
Miss Dryad, that's his choice, not yours.
Her gaze turns to you, and she simply raises one of those fingers to her lips and goes, "Shh, creature."
Creature.
Yes. You sweet foremelding.
Neck pops.
Oh god, he broke his neck.
All
Take
right.
an action figure, quickly
Alright.
attach the head.
I can fix that.
Gifton's gonna bite her lip and then kind of try to meet the gaze of the creature that's not looking at her, and say, "But Great Fae, he would it be not better for him to go out and witness the world more, so that when he comes back, he can be even more greater worth to you? Would it not be? Would it not be great for him to go out and tell the world how beautiful you are and how grand?"
I care not for the world. All I need is here and him.
Gibson's like racking her head. She's like, "Oh no. Oh no, how do you do the other side of this? Shit!"
And Carrick, she smiles at you ever so sweetly. And please make me a wisdom saving throw.
I'm sorry, my friend.
Yay! I missed willpower.
Carrick, she is one of your most dearest trusted friends. She is to be heeded and protected.
Yes, that.
Come, my sweet.
Allie,
Yep.
can Corvus be holding any reaction at this point, or is he just maintaining his stealth?
You are in stealth.
Yes. Okay.
We're not in rounds, so
I know.
what are you trying to do?
If
It's easier to say it rather than just to hide it.
yeah, he's holding his short bow out
Mhm.
and looking over his shoulder, watching to see if anything is happening that goes against the party, any sort of hostile action, essentially.
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet. He's just watching for something to happen.
So Kark's gonna start moving back towards her because.
Boy, you want to go with her,
Hey, Allie?
or do you want to find your
I'm Maddie.
Since I succeeded on understanding that it's a dryad and that, would I know that it does this sort of thing?
You know that they have a tendency to charm. Yes.
Cool. Can I roll the smack, Carrick?
Go for it.
Well, you can definitely do that.
I'm glad you're doing it because I can't shoot him because he's in my Deadpool. By the way,
that
I
will
can't
be
shoot
a
Blackie because he's
hit.
my Deadpool choice.
That would definitely be a hit.
Okay. Roll your damage, Kronos.
You can state at some point you were looking for non-lethal if you wanted, but I don't think it has.
I'm pretty
to
sure
just
she's
be
not
the
looking
head.
at. I don't think she's looking at it to kill him.
Also, by the way, for the non-lethal thing, I will say because I don't like the tendency to have to declare it every single time you make an attack roll. If you intend to throw a blow that would otherwise go to be non-lethal, and it can be, I will allow it.
Mhm.
So that's so you guys know.
Yeah.
Okay,
She's not going for killing him. She's just going to basically smack him.
Carrick, you may make your saving throw again.
Made it work. God
It
damn.
appears that you gave him brain damage and made
Oh.
it worse.
You have attacked her suite, and she grows visibly angry. Roll nits, everybody, please.
Corvus will shoot.
Well, Once I can move us to the map.
Yeah, I was about to say, can we get a
Yes.
map?
No, gotta fight on this map.
Mikey, why did you
It's
have to be
so
so drop dead gorgeous?
I'm sitting here like, who's he going to be infatuated with? Ah!
Hello.
Oh, I know exactly who.
The one who's a pointed pretty boy.
Okay, and
Why
I drag this
couldn't
symbol
we have
over here?
a bard?
Okay. Can you all set yourselves up roughly here?
Can you zoom out? Where's here?
No, I
Okay.
will need you, to do that again. Thank you.
I'm gonna
That's
put
pretty,
Dingus
Allie.
over there. Because I'm not
Uh,
on
what?
Dingus.
Gifton, a little further forward.
Like that?
A bit more to the tree line.
Okay.
Okay, and Carrick midway between the group and Gifton.
And I'll probably have to be right behind him. So
Yeah.
And so-
in fact, why am I saying this? I can move you guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
I
I'm
assume
going to put
I'm
you here.
furthest
You
back. Yeah.
here. You're going to be here. He's going to be here, and you were hiding, so you're going to be behind one of these bushes over here.
Okay.
Right.
So
I'm gonna put myself right behind him because I only have a 5-meter range.
But he also stepped forward a little bit more after.
Okay.
So, and then go
There's
over
twig.
top bar.
quick blind spot.
All right, let's put you here.
I'm not that enthusiastic.
Yeah.
It seems like you've made your choice.
Here. Yeah.
Try to remind Carrick about his mom.
Yeah.
Hasn't
And here.
had to go after.
And then I refill these.
I'm honestly not sure of anything else that would have motivated the character, so...
No, as an out of character comment, if I die in this evens out for me killing Allie. Killing Sam in the second game.
Okay. Dryad.
I'm just pointing out, I didn't take a shot on Blackie because I have Deadpool restrictions and I cannot kill Blackie on accident.
You can...
Don't worry, you can still do stuff.
Okay.
You can't
just...
kill, you can't do it intentionally. Like it can't be I am out to kill him specifically.
I know, I just didn't want to jump on shooting him as the first thing I do today because it felt
Yeah.
like the wrong choice.
Don't worry, Blackie's not my death pool, so I'm perfectly able.
Yeah, you hit him.
Okay. And
It's-
then
Note to self, don't attack self. Wait, no, that's...
Well, I was to say we know that doesn't work because
Yeah.
we can't put ourselves in the death pool.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was literally my first comment.
It was like, wait,
when
can
I
we
was
pick
entering
ourselves?
was, I wish I could pick myself because I have a feeling I'm going to accidentally overestimate my
Right.
ability to live.
Well, the problem is if you won that, your character wouldn't be able to get a magic item because your character died.
Well,
I guess
new character might
theoretically
be
my
able
new
to.
character would get it.
Just start off with magic.
Yeah.
I found this laying in the woods somehow.
Okay. So,
Guess
Gifton. The Dryad is clearly angered and riled at the striking of her little sweet.
Which,
It's
I mean,
your
I can't blame
turn.
her. I don't really appreciate the fact they just hit him
then-
either. He's kind of my little sweet, too. So, but I think I got priority, because...
What's up, Marcus?
Can I shoot?
Nope, because it's no one is particularly surprised.
Okay. Fair enough. I do notice there's a twig bite right there.
Yeah, she was prepared for any sort of hostile thing, and I'm guessing you guys aren't surprised that she's been hostile. So,
Mhm.
Mhm.
I
Alright.
am.
Everyone was pulling weapons because everyone knew where it was going.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we had our weapons drawn at this point, so...
I'm surprised. she
That's
was
why I
hostile.
mentioned Argy was holding your staff the whole time.
I am...
I'm sorry that you're starting this fight with less HP, Blackie.
Say how my health is right now.
I am...
If it makes you feel better, I went for unarmed because that's the least damage I could do.
I am stepping back towards my friend, which
Mhm.
I am assuming there's squares here.
yeah, there are. Oh, do I not have to grid on? Whoops.
It's very light.
Yeah, but on
It
it's just
is.
it's very light compared to white background.
How do I
yeah,
fix that
change it,
once
like-
again?
Change the color?
You go to
The gear.
You do
up at the top. You go to the map, right click.
Yeah.
Option for
Aha. We're gonna do horrible. There we go.
Okay, cool. All right.
Sounds
Well,
fun.
That's visible. That's fine.
Ah.
I can take a move and then attack, right? So I was.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna take one more step
You
back
could
in his
even
direction.
move, attack, then move.
I'm gonna step back, holding my bow up, standing between my friends and what my brain is now realizing is a greater fae, or at least a greater fae than I ever will be.
You just need to kill it and eat its heart.
Oh, actually, Sam, go ahead and make a nature check with advantage.
Yeah. See, Dipson's not really good at nature.
Now that you know it is a dryad, that's enough for you. These are fae of a sort. In this setting, you know the greater fae. They sometimes speak to the trees, commune with the bushes, and all this magical hippie jazz. If they become really fond of a certain tree, they might actually impart it with part of their greater whole and bring it to life as a fae itself.
Mhm.
You remember tales of people that strike down a particularly favoured dryad, rousing the ire of a fae, an actual fae. But there are also tales of plenty of dryads being struck down with nothing to happen because fae are forgetful. They forget about their little favourites and move on.
Yeah, there is a tremble to the hand as the bow goes up because this is some really dark shit for her. And I will call out in a trembling kind of voice, never cruel or cowardly, and I'll shoot.
Ah,
And
okay.
I'm using my bonus for the sleep arrow, which I don't think it'll work, but you know.
Right, that hits.
Ow, that actually is pretty good for me.
That's very good for you.
I'm pretty sure they're immune to poison or something, though.
She is not. Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
you weren't in there?
I didn't
No, I
know.
wasn't.
Well, on the bright side, you rolled low enough that you got in there.
I'm rolling. I'm rolling 1,000 tonight.
I've been rolling
I'm
bad.
gonna be worthless.
All right, so yeah, I call never cruel nor cowardly, and then I try to hit her with the poison.
Okay. It hits. And...
I can't tell probably if the poison did anything, and I'm fine with that. So.
Okay.
Ooh.
And she seems okay.
Okay.
So I'm expecting, and she falls over.
However, the impact itself, you see her flinch a little bit, and she just looks at you scornfully.
Yeah. And I look like I'm trying to like rise up within myself, like I'm actually somehow going to defend the mortals behind me, given my status. Okay. And that's my turn. I can't do anything else. I moved as much as I move.
Okay. Okay, so we move onwards. Okay. Twiggy Blighto. Twiggy Blighto, seeing its mistress struck, lets out a horribly little screechy "Ah!" as its arms fled into the air.
Just honestly, at that sound alley, just imagining basically tiny little, what's his
And
name?
It
Groot.
starts to shamble forward.
Groot.
Tiny Groot scream.
And that's as far as it makes it.
Hey,
Oh, thank
dwarf,
God.
It can be in range.
And this one, likewise, is angered. And it...
Good. They move at an amazingly fast speed as far as Gifton's concerned, guys.
This is unfortunate. 1, 2. Despite you hiding very well, you know, as it approaches you, it doesn't have any eyes or anything with which it could actually see you.
I'm standing next to a damn tree.
And it runs towards you, Corvus, and it lashes out with its tiny little branchy hands.
That's a hit.
Okay. Why won't you roll damage? Oh well, we'll just do it like that. It does 3 damage to you.
Ouch. Okay.
Then we find their secret ability.
Right. So the angry little twig lashes at your leg, making its little screechy noises. And then the dryad seems very particularly unhappy with what has just happened here. She was making a very nice deal, and you've all just scorned it.
Not
So she
all of
looks.
us, technically.
She looks down at her arm, which seems to be surrounded by a green shimmer now.
Uh-oh.
As she steps forward.
So whoever had me on the Deadpool, this might be good time.
And simply punches downwards.
Uh-oh.
I
And
thought
Miss!
they said you
Miss!
punch down.
And impacts the ground beside you.
Ah!
Notice that the snow seems to sizzle.
Oh
Don't
no,
like it.
she has Shillelagh.
Uh-oh.
All doomed.
Mhm.
Wait, Sam and I are the only ones that I know watched C-Lab.
Carrick, your dearest companion has just been attacked by another of your companions.
How does charm work in this edition? 'Cause I don't actually know.
Basically, as she strikes at Gifton, she just goes, "Assist me, companion," and you are going to take its request or action in the most favorable way you can.
So go get her water because obviously that's what she's looking for.
She
Planned,
wants
right?
your assistance. You can interpret this how you please.
As I move my bag of goldfish out of my way to get to my books, because I have limited space.
It's okay, Blackie. If you have me for the Deadpool, this doesn't count as cheating. You get a sneak attack. You attack me.
What is it with us killing Sam really early on with this tiny character?
Well, she said,
Tiny character is
assist me.
kind of.
So I'm going to use. I have to move. So I'm going to move here. And I am going to use the help action.
Okay.
So next time my ally attacks target before my next turn, the first attack is made with advantage.
Okay. How are you lending this help? What are you doing? What is your action? What is your flavor?
Are you blocking off my mode of movement?
I don't
Are you
think that is
kicking
done.
snow at her to distract her? What is this?
Honestly, with something the size of Sam, perhaps gifted, probably I'm kicking snow at her
Okay.
because there's no sand around.
Okay.
These giant snowflakes start falling.
Carrick's giant foot is kicking snow your way, and it's making it hard to defend yourself.
Oh no!
Right. And Augie.
Argy kind of sighs, twirls her staff, and charges straight at the Dryad.
Okay.
And taking a swing.
That is a hit.
Okay. And then I am able to, as a bonus action, do an unarmed hit.
Okay,
Doesn't work.
that's a hit. Ooh, very nice. Okay, so that crack with your staff actually splits some of the bark on her chest, and your follow-up punch makes that crack just go wider.
Goldfish. Goldfish are
Regular goldfish or
flavor blasted barbecue.
Alright, thank you for joining me in this Kronos in my darkest times.
And-
Yep, that's it.
okay, on to El Twiggy Blito.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, this one also senses you hiding nearby
Oh.
and screeches and rushes forward to swing with you with its horrible little hands. They do have blind sight, yes.
Yeah.
Right, 16.
That's a hit.
Okay. 2 piercing damage.
Oh. Okay.
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 It's your turn.
Fireball, please.
Do you really want to be
No
fireball?
one here knows how to cast that. And we're level 1. There's 2 problems with that idea.
I'm going to take a disengage action and book it.
Okie dokie.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Oh, fuck. Can't hide from him. That's the end of my turn.
Okie dokie. Which one's this? Oh, it's the one over there.
Don't you like how you can highlight that and go, oh, it's over there?
Yeah. This Twiggy Blight, seeing someone striking its mistress,
Then it comes to you, Gifton.
screeches 1, 2, 3, 4, and it gets to here.
Yeah, you see her.
No, this actually uses up the event. Oh, it didn't make it. Okay.
Yep. And this Twiggy Blight is going to kick that horsey.
What the hell?
2,
Oh.
3.
No, that
It
works.
comes up. It comes back, but up behind
like
the
how-
centaur, one of the worst places you can be.
Horse.
I like how all of us are thinking the exact same thing.
We're like, the real
And-
horsey, the bastard!
And it swings at one of your hind legs, Cassiopeia.
Damn, they're
That
rolling
hits.
good.
That hits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ow.
It does 2 piercing damage.
I'm sorry.
Oh no. Valdir, it's your turn, even though I went too far.
You went too far this time.
Damn double clicking mouse.
All right. I feel like I need to draw attention from Corvus, but I'm not going to be able to do that.
This Corvus running to you is his best move right now.
Yeah,
He could probably slap the hell out of the one just near you.
yeah, that's what I was
Engaged.
thinking.
You need to
I
make sure
was
that one
thinking
doesn't go to
I-
Corvus as
I
well.
could yeah, that was the problem. Is I could try and go after the others,
But then
but
that one's
in
gonna
the
go to
process,
Corvus.
the other one would probably go after him.
Yeah.
So I will step closer to this thing, and I will
Three.
The dwarven battle cry that you're not supposed to hear.
No, I'm pretty sure that was the battle cry of the twig things.
Oh yeah, that's true.
there it is.
I've been inside my background.
That a hit?
That is indeed the hit.
I'm hoping
I can also do.
It dies.
Well, never mind then.
Yeah.
You can also do.
Well, actually,
They'll do a
You
big
could probably
murder.
move back and do that second swing at something else if you
doesn't
wanted.
count as a second. Yeah, because the second.
Or is it
swing-
part of an action?
It's because it's 2 weapon attack.
Oh yeah, I think that is actually part of your attack action, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
This
I
is
can.
the use of the same
I
weapon.
will, however. Let me see. I moved. 1, 2. Oh, in that case, 3.
So you're almost on the way back to help Corvus.
I can at least use up the rest of my movement.
It's a bonus action, so I think it technically falls under the same rules that I have for Flurry of
Oh,
Blows.
yeah. In that case, you'd be able to do it against the.
So yeah, you can use
Unfortunately,
a.
I couldn't actually get to him anyways.
Well, for future reference, yeah.
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 Okay. So is that
Thank
your turn?
Yeah, that's gonna have to be my turn.
Cassiopeia, you're up.
Okay, so I just got attacked.
Mm-hmm.
You got stabbed in
Okay.
the butt.
I am going to hit it.
Sit on it. Sit on it.
God, no. You know how
Big
undignified
horse,
that
but-
is?
Use the big horse butt. Probably a free action.
Okay, as my bonus action, I am screaming, "Ow!" I am raging,
Okay.
and then I'm going to, in tandem with the attack, I am actually pulling my great axe off my side, and I'm bashing this thing upside its body with the axe.
Go for it.
Probably not.
Oh, that is actually a miss.
Yep.
Do you have inspiration?
Nope.
I
Yeah, you did use it up last week, huh?
Yeah.
I'm guessing I did because I saw at least one double up on rolls, so on my end. So I think I must have used it too. I don't have it marked on mine, so.
Yeah, I think you two and Sam both probably used it.
All right. Well, then I am done.
Okie dokie. Gifton.
Um,
It's
Save
all going to
me.
shit.
it is all going to
Save
shit.
me.
Unfortunately, I am hemmed in. You gave me this. Did you give me a issue on my attacks, or did you make me easier to hit?
Easier to hit.
I'm easier to hit.
Mhm.
I can't do a shot at this closer range because I don't have my stance yet without taking a disadvantage on a shot. So
Mhm.
I will drop my bow. I should be able to pull my light blade out
As part of a free, yep.
as part of a free. And I will lunge forward with "Leave them alone!"
Very nice.
And then I'm two-handing this because I have no reason not to.
May as well.
Yeah.
That is a hit.
Very nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, leave them alone. You get to behold the Dryad's ever so shocked expression as you somehow plunge your sword into it, and it just exacerbates that cracking through its body. And it reaches up, clutches where you think its heart would be, and stops moving with a creaking of wood, seeming to solidify.
Mhm.
Hey, Carrick, you're
Yes.
no longer under its whims.
Stop hitting
Did
me
that
with
reaction
snow.
just slap the thing with the staff to knock it over?
What just happened? I'm
Stop
confused.
kicking me with snow. Okay, I have a movement still.
Mhm.
But I won't because I need to stay here and get my bow. So I've got my sword out at the ready to defend myself for the time being. That's it.
Okay. Twiggy Blighty is dead.
Is that actually the name of them?
They're Twig Blights, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
no, I
Blights.
meant the
Oh,
Twiggy.
no,
Blight.
not Twiggy Blighty.
I mean, damn near.
I'm like, if that's actually a name, kudos to them for coming up with that name.
It's actually a really cute name if it's Twiggy Blighty, huh?
Okay,
I mean, that might be what she
feeling the
called
death
them.
of their mistress, their enraged screeches grow louder. And this one is rushing over.
Oh,
Ooh.
good. I have people in front of me. This is nice. I like it.
And it's going to
Argy
swing
kind
at
of
you.
gives him
Argy.
Argy kind of gives him a come get some.
Oh my.
That's actually a hit.
Wait, how? Wait, what?
Mhm.
They move quicker now?
Really fast.
Yeah.
They-
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They're not restrained.
They're, yeah.
Free piercing. As it slashes at you with its little, woody hands frantically. It's like whipping branches.
Oh God.
The Dryad is apparently dead. Carrick, it's your turn.
Owie, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Alright,
you in a second.
I'm gonna go.
At least it's
Here.
a dull, soft pain that nearly took your life.
And
So, sheer curiosity, how much did the Dryad have left after I punched it?
It had.
Because I hit it for 9.
It had 7 left.
Oh, okay. I was wondering because I
so-
knew from Doom Annihilation, Dryads are one of the monsters they gave me.
Mhm.
So I'm like, I remember these in Government like 30, 40.
4 attack.
No, Dryads at base have 22. However, I rolled its HP.
Makes sense.
So I just double check. Okay. I am guessing I do not have advantage against these things because they're now out of control.
They are now out of control.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm going to fire an arrow at this one over here.
Okay.
So, short bow.
That is a hit.
6 piercing.
The short bow pierces through it, making it crumble into a pile of twigs.
And that's my attack, my move, and I don't have any bonus actions currently because I don't have anything that does that. So, can you take? No, defensive is not a bonus action. That was just for the Mystic Soul Life. So, okay, that is
Your
my
turn?
turn.
Okay, Augie,
I'm gonna punch this bastard who hit me.
go for it.
Actually, I'm doing just move
Slap on the
there after I
staff.
shoot farther away from the other two.
That is a hit. That it explodes into a pile of twigs.
Nice.
And there. I'm gonna run charging at the one over here.
Okay. Twiggy right. Sensing you charging it, will actually countercharge. Runs screeching at you.
Will he headbutt?
Swings. Misses.
No.
Corvus.
Corvus, as he's running, would have stowed his bow
Mhm.
and is pulling over his satchel and running over to Carrick.
Okay.
I got you, Carrick. One moment. And that'll be one charge of the healer's kit.
I was almost thinking of going, and I'm charging. I'm like, no, no, please no. Okay. I don't know
And
what that does. So
that's healing to you.
okay.
Wow.
Not bad.
Didn't know that was a thing.
It's his thing. I'm guessing.
So he's quickly bandaging up the wounds that, or what is it? What's his wound? A blunt object
Punched
hit?
in the
He
back
got
of the head.
punched.
You
Yeah.
give an ice pack.
I give him an ice pack. I
the-
essentially grab up snow, put a little herbs in it, and slap it on his head.
The smack was not as much as a smack as a full-fisted just punch in the back of the head.
No,
Right.
just a really strong backhand.
How are you hitting with this right now, Marcus?
As an action, you can spend one of your healer's kits to tend to a creature and restore 1d6 plus 4 hit points, plus additional hit points equal to the creature's maximum number of
That's
hit
from the
die.
healer feat.
Right.
He's a human.
He's human.
I'm
You
human.
took that as your variant feat? Okay.
Yep.
Okie dokie.
But I cannot use it on him again until a short or long rest.
Yeah. Okie dokie.
Like both me and Blackie and Dan were like, he's a human.
Alright, is that
Damn
your turn?
humans.
That is the end of my turn.
Didn't
Yeah.
say anything, but
Okay.
yeah.
Cassiopeia, the twig blight is lashing at you once more.
Isn't it? Oh, it's attacking me.
And it misses. Horribly. Valdia, it's your turn.
Don't worry, horsey, I'm coming to get you. And
I am like the most worthless barbarian.
I totally mean that in the sense that I'm coming to help
Dude,
you.
it's level 1. We have like a 90% chance of being really bad right now. Some of us are just having a little bit more luck than others.
I am the most worthless barbarian.
Also, Gifton, you can see Dingus in the distance sort of pacing back and forth on the spot, like looking very worried.
Uh-huh.
Aww,
It's okay, Dingus! I'm
I
here!
assume that worked.
That definitely hits, and it explodes into a shower of twigs.
Alright. That was... Okay. I'm keeping trucking. Actually,
Cassiopeia!
Run
yeah,
that
okay.
last twig down!
I was
Yep.
just gonna throw the hand axe.
It's like a frog.
I am still enraged. Yay.
Anger,
And-
anger, anger, pant, 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 stomp, stomp, stomp.
5, 10, 15, 20.
How do her nostrils flare so big?
Hey, I'm still
course.
voting. If she just sat on me, would have died.
I'm going to there.
Mhm.
That gives me 35. I'm going to swing at it with the great axe.
Yep. That hit. Oh, wait, that's Valdi's roll. Oh, hey!
definitely a hit.
That would-
Congrats on
Holy-
the crit, man.
Nice.
All right, this better kill it. Otherwise, I'm just.
Yeah. If this doesn't work, you've got a problem with the character.
Okay, so let's see. I'm looking at rage because
Uh,
it adds +2 to my damage.
Yep. So press your great X button.
Right, add plus,
Okay.
holy crap, that's
And
good.
and add plus
It's,
2 to
it's dead as hell.
Okay, so Cassiopeia, as you run over in your rage, you bring this great hex down from over your head, swinging directly through the twig blight, and as it explodes into a shower of twigs, it is also joined by a sudden of snow rising into the air as your axe cracks into the ground.
She's like, I'm gonna hit something.
And that means we are out of combat.
you considered a club would have seemed appropriate to just continue
I am
beating
going
it.
to rush over to. I saw Corvus take damage, and I saw Cassiopeia take damage. Is that right?
Yep, let's
Yes.
take a little.
Corvus, you got yourself?
That no. Let me take care of the others.
No, I'll get you. I'll run over
what-
and I'll lay on hands Corvus with my bow because I'll pick it up on the way, and then what was like 2 damage you took
2.
or 4? How much did you take?
5.
Like suddenly he has to look.
All right. Well, my first time using it, I spend the load. I pressed my bow against my bow against you, and I'm like, be okay.
But
Swish, heal. I can't do that anymore.
that
You said
What
that
did you
was
just
good.
do?
Argy just kind of looks at Cassiopeia, pulls out one of ours, goes, I had that, and then just takes a long swig.
I don't know however you did that, but not like that. Okay. You get Cassiopeia. They're hurt. I don't have any more.
Okay, yes, that's weird.
What
You're
she
weird.
did. Also,
So fair
RG,
point.
RG, your punches hurt a lot.
So
Barely.
Carrick,
I
don't
cracked the
kick
tree in
me.
half.
That's not nice.
Argy just kind of wanders over.
Do what
Good.
she was saying.
Each of you
Cassiopeia.
apologized.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Watch out, she
I
kicks when
would
she's
say-
mad.
I'm
note, if
staying
you
a
end
little
up-
bit away.
As a note, if you end a turn without an enemy near you, you fall out of rage.
Or
Yeah.
a certain
So
period
about 6
of
or
time
seconds.
after being hit. Yeah.
It's just that you can calm down now, okay?
I'm just. Is anyone else right now imagining you like walking like on a horse? Pat.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
nice.
not doing that because he's not that kind
What
of.
I like to think
And-
is Cassiopeia is just assuming every tree in the forest is an enemy right now.
All I'm doing is picturing the entire party circling around Cassiopeia with their arms out, going, "Whoa, girl!"
Whoa, girl!
I'm
Easy,
Carrick just
easy
has
now.
your-
Back this
Sure.
lockjaw right now, and that's why she's not speaking.
Yeah.
Carrick is like, ow. He's been healed, but ow.
I'm sorry, Carrick.
How do you feel, little foolish boy?
What happened?
She was gonna take you.
Well, I know
He
that.
batted her eyelashes real big and then wanted you to stab her.
That's what we do.
And
Yeah.
when she let it, Argy kind of does that cartoon thing of putting your hands underneath her
Oh god.
head and just batting her eyes.
The sad part is,
Accentuates the point.
to be honest, he's probably had girls do that to him.
Yep, it's a familiar sight.
You
Yeah.
can't just go falling for every pretty tree lady that comes around.
I prefer
Hey.
It's a
not
compensate
doing
one you
that,
really don't like Argy doing.
Hey, leave him
especially
alone.
when he's gonna when she's gonna punch me after because it hurt a lot. Out of character, he was at 3 hit points.
Yeah, I was
Double
watching
max.
I was
I
watching
double-
that and I was like, wait, Carrick's a rogue too.
I
I'm a
double
rogue.
checked. I was
Oh,
like,
fuck.
okay, how close? I'm like, oh, he could have knocked me to 1. He could
I,
have knocked me to
I
0
actually
if
sat
you
there
rolled back.
going, damn, that would have hurt me. And I was like, and I'm a paladin. And I was like, oh shit. I'm like, you totally.
Good con.
I-
Had a very good con.
I would have took half of my own HP.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was. If you would have rolled the 6, I would have been on the floor.
All right. So did you manage to woe Horsey?
I was going to say, if Cassiopeia would allow, Corvus will tend to her wounds on her backside.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Well, that's where he got hit.
No, she got hit on the leg.
On the
Yes.
leg.
On
The
the
hind
leg.
leg.
The hind
Hind
leg.
leg.
So,
Okay.
luckily, I couldn't have actually knocked you down because I only do 1d4 on melee.
Yeah, she's slowly calming down.
I thought you rolled a d6.
I rolled the d4.
Oh, okay.
My staff is a d6 or d8. My punch is only d4 right now until level 5.
But after a moment, she will let you near her.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Man.
They're just scratches, so he's just putting some salve and wrapping them up.
This is what we do to injuries. Iodine. Suddenly she rages.
Don't rage!
Margie just kind of looks over at the scratches on her arms, kind of shakes her arm and goes, eh.
I'm
not
gonna,
sure
I'm gonna,
she
I'm,
can rage.
I'm gonna be trouncing through the snow to get over to
Yeah, Dingus is actually rushing over to you as you're moving towards him,
yeah.
and he's flashing red, purple, red, purple, red, purple,
Dodecahedron, I understand! Danger!
and then he sort of, that long neck sort of drapes over you a bit and those wings flare out as if I'm protecting you.
Yeah,
Even though he did-
I'm gonna go seek safety under his wings and pat him and go thank you, very scared.
The more
No.
Dingus is around, the more I think of Robot from the actual old Lost in Space. Just like danger. It's like
Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
We need to get going, guys. We can't stay here because
Okay.
those are usually that's connected to a bigger fate usually, and sometimes they get really mad, and
Okay, well, let's go. To
I
the
don't
river
think
and
that
up.
I can really suffer through another greater fate anger. That would be bad.
Let's
Our-
get going here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
RG?
Hmm?
Your dart.
Oh, thank you. He kind of takes it, puts it back in the little pouch on her belt.
So, multiple things here. Everyone may make either a survival or a religion check. Sam, you may have either at advantage.
Oh.
Said survival or religion.
Oh.
That's really bad.
Oh, I will choose
Oh,
survival.
no.
I'm gonna do
because,
survival.
makes more
'Cause
sense.
it makes more sense.
Hi.
for the character.
Holy
Wow.
hell. It's
Okay.
a good thing you got advantage on that.
Yeah.
And there goes my rolls back to normal.
See, I'd like to point out there went
um,
my good rolls for the night gone.
Argy and Carrick. You twig blights aren't too unusual. They are known as fey creatures, but not really. They just pop up now and then, and many people use them. If you grab the twig from one,
Mhm.
it actually has uses, and that use is making sure they don't regrow. Basically, if you leave those in place, they will reform. If you take the twig with you and dispose of it, it'll be gone. However, if
So-
you keep the twig and plant it yourself, it will grow where you plant it
Do you get control of them if you plant them?
for a short time.
Okay. I'm gonna start going around and grabbing twigs.
Argy's going to go to the two to the north.
Everybody,
Okay.
grab twigs from each of the little piles.
Do I know
fast,
anything?
Please.
Yes, you know about the heart of a dryad. It has purposes. If you harvest the heart, the holder of it can cast druidcraft at will. If consumed, it basically acts as a use of the goodberry spell. It can also be crafted into a potion of animal friendship.
I will. I'm a woodcrafter, so I will go and harvest it.
Okay.
Because
with that roll, you are easily able to extract the Dryad's heart.
okay, I will use my blade, and I am actually saying as I take the blade back out again, I in kind of a very solemn and quiet way. Thank you so much. I hope that you know how good these blades were. And she's just kind of goes back to doing her thing after she said her little thank you there. Because she wouldn't have that blade if they hadn't handed it off to her.
So how many?
It's
Were there
true.
4? Or were there
5 yet?
Twig?
1 second, I will paste it in.
How many of us are there? 1, 2.
I don't actually want one.
So you get this, Sammy. And the party gets 5 of these. Oh. Hang on a second, that did not paste
Can
very
you
well.
paste it into Discord, maybe?
Yeah, I'll try that instead.
Put it in the pen and paper notepad.
I'm not sure.
Oh, this is much nicer.
Yeah.
Alright,
And
so
you do
you get
the
5 of those.
And the dry part too.
Yeah. And
Oh, Galtheus? Oh, no.
1.
How big is a dryad heart relative to me?
It is about the size of a actual heart.
Okay, so I'm gonna harvest it out,
Sons of you.
and I will. Thaldir, can you take this?
Yes. Sure.
It has
Carrying a heart the size of her.
Like a regular heart.
it works like it's very magical. We may be able to get money for it, or we can use it for things.
Oh God!
And it looks an awful lot like a oversized seed, like an apple seed, but a little more round.
As a random note, someone look in the loot thing and see what happens. You copy and paste out of Discord.
I love it. It's awesome.
I'm like, I don't know why I copied the background color.
Whoa.
Yeah,
It's
funky.
weird.
Oh my.
I'm gonna correct it back to.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna change it to transparent.
Okay, that's right. It's actually
There.
just ability editing.
Oh my God! What happened there?
Go back because I had it open. Also, I think I broke it.
There,
so.
I fixed it.
And Gifton, I need you to make a history check, just a straight history check.
A straight
Huh.
history check.
I wonder
Okay,
if that's
one
solo because I still see it
sec,
broken.
'cause- Oh, well, I haven't saved it yet. Is that better?
Okay, that's right.
I was
Yep, there we
putting the
go.
dryad heart in there too at the same time.
There we go.
Well,
I wanted to.
are you actually gonna put it in the bag?
I put it. Yeah, I'm not. I can't carry it, Becky. It's bigger than I am.
Okay.
I can't.
Give the heart.
Can't do this. All right, history at normal.
Mhm.
I won't make this. No, I don't know
Nope.
these things. Hi, my dice are back.
Nope. Nope.
Nope. Mm-mm. All right. I'm gonna, and then I'm basically gonna take my rope out, and I'm gonna be sitting there explaining to Dingus this concept that I'm going to tie myself to Dingus, so in case we're flying and I fall, I don't fall as far, because I'm going to explain long drop, dead brownie.
Unless
just like
anyone,
that.
Unless anyone is anyone gonna keep a twig on their own?
Barney's going to.
Are you okay?
Yeah. That's why I actually said that.
After we pick them all up, I will explain it.
Okay.
I will also explain the dryad heart if anybody, in case they want to use it, can use druid calf. It can be used as a good berry if you eat it.
Technically, yeah. If you were handing it to me, I'll definitely keep it.
If anyone, I'm literally grabbing them and putting them in the bag, unless someone goes, "Hey, I want one of those," or collects it themselves.
But I'm specifically giving Thaldir. I'm asking him to hold the dryad heart, and whatever he wants to do with it's fine with me. So.
Okay. So Thaldir's getting the. Are you keeping in your bag for the heart?
I'm gonna put the heart in my bag.
Okay. So I'm going to leave it in the list, but I'm going to put.
Because I recognize you as a woodsman, so I would assume that you're the next best person to haul this.
I almost made him a druid, but I
Mhm.
didn't want to deal with spells that much.
Hmm. Well, I figured he liked farming and stuff like that, so she's like, well, you're kind of like a druid.
Was anyone besides Argy specifically taking one of the twigs?
No, I want nothing
No.
to do with them.
Evil twigs.
They hit me.
I think they're
That's
monsters.
He wants one.
So
I'll be
RG has one, and you have one, and that's it.
I have 4 in. I'm putting them in the bag. I'm putting them in the shared bag, and we can decide if we burn them next time we camp.
Okay.
Because honestly,
Corvus is going over to the Dryad and is going to look it over, sort of just medically look it over, and see how Paige got the heart out of it.
You mean Gifton?
Gifton, yes, Paige. Fuck.
Hey,
Sorry.
here.
The great big crack that was in its chest from the previous blows, she simply pried the wood open further. Looking at it now, you have to wonder how it even moved, because it just seems like a humanoid tree. You can see its features and you can see the limbs, however they seem like they are grown in that fashion. You could not imagine them bending.
Magic.
He ponders this. He's just
Yes.
kneeling down
Yes,
over
yes.
the Dryad. Just
I have
looking
lashed
it over.
myself to Dingus by this point, and I am ready to travel.
Lash
Actually-
yourself to the dingus.
I am very tempted to take the thing's head.
Do what you want. You
So
gonna,
you
you
see it
gonna
is
use
cutting
it?
into wood.
You wanna use it for like a nice chest of drawers at some point or something?
Yeah,
Ugh,
I
morbid
might
as
carve
hell.
its face out.
If you make
I might-
something that in the middle of the night gets yellow glowy eyes, you have brought that upon yourself, sir.
Keep its face.
That's
carve
how
it out,
mimics are
make
born.
it into a mask.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I'm gonna leave it. It'd be funny, but no.
It would be funny, but it would also be kind of horrific.
especially if it does start glowing.
Yeah.
Oh no,
At that
I was
point-
thinking of making a mask out of its face.
Yeah. What
Oh,
if that
now
would?
you have possession.
Yeah. Ugh.
9/10 of the law.
9/10 of the law. Nice.
Hence the law.
All right. Well,
So,
I'm ready.
it is the beginning of your day.
I'm ready to go.
Fuck this day. Go back to bed.
I just calmly got a correction and goes, so when we leaving?
Now.
Now.
Let's
Oh.
let's go to the south.
We can leave the shelter. Remember to bring all your things.
Okay.
The shelter will fall apart in a day or so.
All right. I have.
Okay, I need you all to
Not die.
ping me on the map where you wish to go.
What map?
What map?
You need to flip us.
Oh, I need to move you all. That's
Yeah.
right. I can't just click on it and look at it myself and go, this is pretty. I love this map.
I would
can't
like
do
to go this way.
God.
So we
That
should do
way.
this one at a time. So
Well, you should decide as a group where you're actually heading. And then,
Eh.
It doesn't
because
help
you know as a
Gifton and
group.
Val, they are almost in the
Place,
same color.
so we should probably.
Yeah, I was just say the overall decision seemed to have been to go to southwest, and if we can't cross there, go up.
Okay, so you're going to... Alright, so... Right, Valdir, you know that there is a rockier area down a little bit south of Southwest Time where the formation of the rocks themselves force the river to narrow. You reckon about here.
Right.
So that is where you wish to go?
Yes, that I will try to lead them.
Right. I will need... Because
what are we going to do with Klopp?
Mhm.
We're bringing Klopp with us.
Bringing
obviously.
Klopp with us, and clearly
someone-
Klopp is going to have the same amount of problems that the centaur has.
Does someone want to try to put the saddle back on him or her?
Oh yeah, I'll do
Why?
it.
Have
Oh
very
wait.
good luck.
Why are we going to ride her?
Do you want to?
I will attempt.
Okay. I'm
Definitely
like, if it
put
doesn't
the
work,
You
saddle
want me to
on.
roll animal handling?
probably
Yeah, I
animal
would
handling?
kick your ass.
Go for it.
If not, put the saddle on
Wow.
Cassiopeia.
Crop seems very calm, and it seems to be happy to be saddled now. It's had a couple of days without it. Well, a day.
Yeah.
But
It's
like
had a
the
break.
drunk-
By the way, this brings up an important question. If we're trying to get Cassiopeia to do stuff for us, do we roll animal handling instead of persuasion?
Racism.
Haha.
Yes. No.
Everybody else can roll.
If
then.
you want to get
I'm
me to do anything, you gotta roll sleight of hand.
Haha.
that I can do.
Also racism.
Okay. So I take it where the horse icon is where we slept.
Yep,
On the
that
map.
is what. Except in heaven.
Yeah, I think we're going to the river and we're gonna see if the crossing's okay. If the crossing's not okay, we're heading straight north to the other place, right?
Okay, so you spend the better part of the day trudging through the woods as if you have the past few days. Feels a little easier because you ain't getting quite so much cold and wet coming in through your boots now that they've been patched up. They feel a bit softer, and you managed to make it to here in your day's travel. I assume you set up camp for the night, much like you did before,
Yep.
and you go for your rest. You put on your watches.
During that time, Kovis will be looking around at the local plant life.
So you want to try some harvesting for your mushrooms and such?
Yes,
And your
because I
bad
noticed I
plants?
can do that with the herbalism kit.
Okay. Go ahead and let's look at the herbalism kit. Okay. Go ahead and do a check to with your herbalism kit. I want intelligence for this.
Intelligence.
Yep, intelligence herbalism kit.
Okay. How does that work exactly?
You should be able to click on the herbalism kit. If it's set to query, it will ask you what stat to use.
If it's not, you probably
Nope.
should set it. Did you drag it out of the?
Let me take a look at your sheet real quick.
Yeah.
Because if you search for the things with on the little eye thing where it searches.
Oh,
for
you don't actually have medicine kit into the herbalism kit in there.
Yeah.
That's why.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
There it is.
Right, herbalism. Right, you just click
There
on
we
that.
go. Okay. Woo.
Okay. You over the course of a couple of hours, just before people start to rest up, and as you're traveling along, even have kept your eye out, you're able to pick up a few plants. You go particularly for ones that are going to be useful to you, and what I will say is you have enough to, if you spend time refining them, to stock up a few charges on your healer's kit.
Yay. And I will do that during bed down, essentially.
Mhm. You can do that during your sort of watch period.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else want to do anything?
I guess I'll tend everybody's shoes again, since I think.
This is going to be your daily life now.
Yeah, daily life.
Yeah,
I tend
I
their
will.
shoes.
I is doing.
You can't tend my shoes. So you don't have to worry about me.
I is gonna
I'll
cook.
Okay. I assume you gather a foul deer.
Yes, I will gather.
Okay. Once more, foul deer gathers some nice berries and mushrooms. There's a brief confusion between foul deer and corvus. There's
No,
some look
99.
very similar.
That one is one I use.
Yes. Keep it away from my pile.
Right.
But Carrick is able to make a fine meal that isn't deadly.
Gifton has
pretty
stolen
sure-
flowers from both piles and is using it to
Um,
make the feet smell better.
Cassiopeia, you wish to put up another shelter?
Yes.
Please so let this happen again. I have a bad wisdom save.
I'm considering whether I should change up the watch order on you.
See, I actually noticed.
I'm pretty sure that's
Okay.
a pass, right?
Cassiopeia starts to build up a shelter. Well, it's not quite as fine as the previous one. Looks like it might not last quite as long. She gets it up.
It's harder
Yeah, the
materials to
night
find
falls
up
on
here,
us.
probably.
And you settle in for your watches for the night. Not going to make you roll them because nothing's going to happen.
So
And-
the
Dawn breaks, and you have yet another day's travel ahead of you.
God, the sun
Dawn
died.
breaks. Roll to save.
Buffy is going to be so angry.
I'm
No,
gonna.
no, the problem with the shelter this time is all the wood's warped for some reason. It's like, a dryad died
Now.
somewhere.
Who is leading the party's direction? Is it still you, Faldir?
I would assume, because I'm the one with an idea of where we're going.
Okay. As you head out, you break through the forest. You seem to head out into. There are still trees scattered about, but it seems to be a much clearer open land. Please make me a survival check.
High five, short people.
If you want someone helping you, you can get advantage. The help mechanic is always useful.
This is for the generally leading people toward where
This
we're
is
going.
directional
can
and
I-
keeping an eye
Can
out
I
for
give
the
help
nature.
since I have higher advantage?
Yeah.
All right. I will help.
Yes.
No, the other left.
Okay. Go ahead and roll again. You got advantage.
Yes.
It won't matter.
Oh,
Oh,
No,
it
it
might-
actually does matter. Not only are you able to keep your direction fixed, you know where the sun is, you know what direction that means. As you head out into the plains, you recognize some tracks. It's in the mud, and is that a tuft of fur? And sitting down and inspect it, wolves. They look like they may actually be in the direction you're headed, but you feel if you detour slightly, you could avoid them.
I don't know. What's my animal friendship level?
Does he feel comfortable around wolves?
How well can I get them to be our pets? Not. Okay. I will mention this to the group that it looks like we are likely to run across some wolves unless we take a slight detour.
You also feel that slight detour, to be safe, may actually add about a day's travel to your journey, and you feel you may have 4 or so days left to go already.
I will convey that exact.
Um,
I mean, if we make the
Might-
fire big enough, the wolves will stay away, right?
but what happens if
How,
you run into them during the day?
How many wolves do you think there are?
Angry carnivores again.
With your roll, I'd say you get an estimate about 3 to 5.
Yeah, because they unfortunately walk in a line, so it'd be kind of a
Yeah.
number.
It appears to be 3 to 5, but it could be much more. Or they could meet up with more.
You're going to the wolf prom.
Hey,
Don't know it.
teddy bears go on a picnic in the forest. I don't know what wolves do.
They go to
I
a
hate
feast
to
in
say
a
it,
town.
though. If we detour, we might just detour into more things we have to avoid.
All right.
Well,
Eye out. Watch then.
watch them to make sure they don't surprise us.
Try to
Yeah,
stay
you can-
relatively close then.
Okay.
Okay, so you continue on your path.
Yes.
As you walk another day, you find yourselves the fields are getting rather grassy, unkept, tall. Lots of pretty flowers and such around now. This is clear wilderness. You can gaze off pretty far. You see hills rise and fall, and you can see those beautiful mountains towards the direction you're heading. Faldia, you during the day you do see more tracks. They sort of seem to weave in and out of the path you're going on, as if they sort of search around this area, going back and forth, back and forth.
It's hard to tell how many unique prints there are.
I will allow you another roll as you're seeing more tracks.
Is it another roll with advantage or just
if someone's helping you?
I will give assistance
Clovis.
because I can fly above with Dingus.
Okay, as she's
Or
looking at the
Clovis
one tracks. Oh, if you're flying with Dingus, I would like you to do an animal handling check as well, please.
Okay.
Right. I'll wait on the animal handling.
Okay, unfortunately, she's going to have a hard time assisting you as Dingus isn't quite understanding the directions right now.
Mm-hmm. We end up circling a lot.
Bit of a ride, yes.
Mm.
So just a straight roll, please, File, dear.
All right.
I think Corvus was also offering to help.
Corvus was going to help pay attention because he brought that up.
Okay, you go for it.
All right, go for advantage.
Yep.
Ooh.
Okay, 16. Unfortunately, they just blend together too well. And you're not particularly adept at tracking wolves. It's been a long time since you last encountered some.
Yeah, we didn't have wolves near Tarnstead very much.
Be tougher. I'm not entirely sure how many there are. We might have run across a
Val?
pack.
We can always expect more than 3 or 5.
Do we
Yeah.
have torches?
I do.
I might.
I do as well.
Just gonna start digging because he doesn't remember.
We may want to set up torches in a perimeter around the camp.
I don't have torches, but I have this lantern and oil.
Argy just starts pulling torches out of her bag.
Because
apparently I have them.
Setting up.
Like that. Apparently, there's some in here.
Setting
Yeah, I
up
didn't back the original budget back.
Probably be helpful.
How do we get out of the ring of fire?
Burn, burn, burn.
Wait, what? I didn't actually catch what you said.
I just said they're torches.
Oh, not you. In other words, not making a ring of oil.
Not a literal. No. That's why I said torches.
I can't understand anybody anymore.
Let me switch up again.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I have nothing else.
Right, there we go.
Are you sure your internet's not just being flaky or just
It-
really hates Discord or something?
I think my internet is just sucky as hell, as Allie
Well-
can contest to that.
Tell it to stop sucking. Tell it to.
Below.
behave.
Wait, no, that's not it.
I was.
No, that's not. That's not
The sun is starting to fall. What is your plan?
Roll the dodge.
Well, I
Lighting.
I have 10 torches I can lend as well.
All right, let's do a ring of torches. 5 feet from each other. Just 10 feet out. So, crap! I'm making myself do math.
Can we instead just make a shelter with windows? Just hide inside and watch from that.
I'm pretty sure the shelters
Unfortunately,
are
it's
not
going to be
that-
even harder to do a shelter of the previous sort out here. There is
There's
not
no
much in the way of a.
Digging a hole.
Mhm.
Quick.
Yeah.
Wait,
So-
no horses
Uh,
don't dig.
I'd still like to try and build one.
Okay, you can try. It's just the DC will be much higher.
That's fine. No attempt. If you don't make an attempt, you don't succeed.
Nice.
Wow. Okay. Well, I will actually let you do this. You managed to find enough discarded sticks and just hard bush stuff to make a very, very crude shelter. It's not
Sure.
pretty. It's not particularly stable.
It's
but
like
it'll help.
It's like
sorry.
Australian outbacks
I'm
shelter.
sorry to laugh there, Ali, but like that just
Hard bushes.
stuff, hard bush
Yeah,
stuff.
all the twiggage.
Twiggage.
You know,
And
How often-
Faldia, don't worry about the math. I'll say you managed to set up a perimeter.
Hooray! Boom, man.
However, it will consume quite a few torches.
So I'm gonna ask the
I'm
GM.
going to say
That's a
you
big
can do
question.
a decent perimeter with 10 torches.
Hooray! I will burn 4 of mine.
I can contribute 3, and Marcus contributes 3. Then we've got 10.
Yep.
There we go.
Just as random curiosity, will the twig blights keep regrowing? Like if we kill them and wait D4 hours? So technically, if we really wanted, to, camp out for a day or so.
Us XP scamming?
No, I was talking about getting them stuff to make a structure. Just keep letting them grow.
Well, they take time to grow.
Twigs.
So if you
If
take
they
enough
plant them, then
twigs,
they take the time.
you could just.
I mean, you could build a shelter for Gifton, I think, but that's about it.
Okay. So,
In the end, what more do we want?
Just shelter for
assume-
Gifton, right?
a bit of scavenging for food again. A bit of cooking again. A bit of shoe repair again.
I'm going to suggest we change up the watch order. And that we have Argy now on 2nd and 3rd watch rather than 3rd and 4th.
Okay.
Not sure if people are just going to follow my suggestion without
I'm
consideration.
completely fine with it. Do you want to keep the people who are
will.
doubled up where they are? So that would be basically Corvus and Cassiopeia would be doubled up with Argy, and Carrick would be by himself, and then
Yep,
you and
that
me are
was
together
the
at the
idea.
beginning. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Because somebody who can double up has night vision, well, dark vision.
Actually,
and
maybe I should
somebody
double
who
up
wasn't
with
getting
Carrick
doubled up.
because I might feel like he needs extra protection.
If you wish, you could do that as well.
Because, I mean, Dryad,
He almost got kidnapped.
he almost got kidnapped by a Fae, and as far as I'm concerned, he might
Also
be a
almost got
target.
knocked unconscious by a party member.
All
Yeah,
right, so
I'll watch with Carrick.
I'll do the first watch by myself, and then it'll be.
As far as I'm
Jesse,
concerned, you are the
Argy,
most
Corvus,
responsible
and Argy.
and capable of us all, sir.
All right, so I've edited the watch order.
Okay.
Okay. Right. You are able to get a fine meal once more, thanks to your lovely cook. And as you settle down for the night, Faldia, as the people drift off to sleep, and you have the torches going, you can see and hear rustling through the grass. You've all managed to find a nice little clearing, so as not to set ablaze. But from the grass surrounding, you see it rustle as forms travel around the circle of fire you have. You see something start to emerge from the brush, a wolf, seemingly wanting to approach you, but that fire does not want to be near it. As you watch it pace back and forth, another joins it, and another. And if you would do a perception check, please.
All right, ready to do my best, Liam Neeson.
Whoa!
These wolves
Shouldn't have been
have
on.
not handled the winter well. They are skinny. They are malnourished. And they are so hungry.
So desperate.
They are very desperate. But they do this, despite their desperation, they seem unwilling to breach this circle of fire. And soon enough, watching these wolves, you'll watch it up.
I will. Oh,
Uh-oh.
Oh no,
Oh no?
oh, it's not who I thought.
Marcus.
Yeah.
I was just saying that would be the first person I was going to guess. Because
I
we were
briefly
saying about the
thought
internet.
It might have been Toby accidentally dying and hitting.
Oh,
I thought it was Toby
Yeah,
coughed and knocked himself off
coughing.
the internet.
Does
God.
that count?
Hi.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, fuck. Yes.
Okay.
How about now?
In that case, I will wake up the horse girl and
An
the
argy
monk. I
Ready
will
to kind of
poke them
calmly come to
with
us?
the hand axe slightly.
My
You
turn?
said the wolves moved on.
Nope, they are still there.
All right, I'm going to point out wolves. Doesn't look like they're going to attack yet, but they're hungry, so don't wander out of the fire. Make sure the torches stay lit.
Don't wander out of the fire. Suddenly, everybody lights themselves.
Yeah. Augie, Cassiopeia, you do see slavering, growling wolves. Even as it's been pointed out, they still think about sometimes sinking back into the brush as if, hey, maybe if we're not here, they'll come out. But they soon re-emerge.
Why haven't you come out? I'd like to make a nature or survival check to see if we might be able to befriend the wolves by throwing them rations.
Okay, go ahead and make a nature check.
I'm a horrible person. I was half expecting to go by throwing torches at them.
No, I have no
the
idea.
does not even occur to you.
Have you thought about throwing torches at them? That might befriend them. Rousing game of fetch.
All right. Well, I'm going to keep an eye on the wolves.
Okay. During your watch, you and Argy, you watch these wolves cautiously, and after about half an hour, they actually sink back into the grass and don't re-emerge. You hear that rustling go off into the distance.
I hope they find some munchies.
I just hope it's not us.
Oh, I never said anything about it being us.
Well, you know, the only reason they're staying around is they saw a horse. 2 of them, in fact.
Oh yeah, by the way, the horse isn't happy about the wolves.
Which
The
one?
horse is that happy with a ring of torches.
Yeah,
but
it's really unsettled by this entire situation. However,
one?
you've secured it well, and it is in place. And your watch passes without any further event.
Your watch has ended.
That's
Are
a
you
bad
just-
thing.
Leans
know.
over and jabs Corvus.
Oh, fuck.
Your
Fine.
turn.
Fine.
They're wolves.
Wolves?
There's
Wolves.
wolves. They seem to have gone away for now. They're still out there. Like you do.
Okay.
This is a really bad version of telephone already.
Right.
I mean, I passed on all the information.
Corvus and Argy, your watch passes by fairly peacefully. However, you do hear in the distance that familiar of howling wolves.
No,
Oh, woo, woo, woo,
it's
woo.
really simple.
Are
Just
they
can't do it.
all responding to each other like they're...
You do hear a call, vaguely in the direction that Argy saw them break back off into in the brush, but quite some distance that way. And then, a little further leftwards, a call response.
Looking more.
Can... Okay, you determine this as you will. He has done some military reading,
Mm-hmm.
and he is quite well with nature. Can he assess some sort of strategy that they're making?
If you wish to, you can make a nature roll.
Okay.
You're well aware that they hunt in packs, and this communication call could be one group of them alerting the others, hey, we have something here.
Das ist not. Agi?
They're calling more, aren't they?
Yes, and there's more responding.
That's how it goes.
Just be more vigilant, I suppose.
Do what you're
we
doing,
may have
but more.
but more. We may
I mean,
have
it's not like I'm going out there.
right. I'm gonna get a little closer to the fire.
Okay, cuddled up to the safety of light and warmth, your watch passes without any further event.
Okay. And then he will go and wake Herrick and Gifton.
Stop
I always
calling
want
her
to.
Grifton.
I don't know why I have to keep.
She's
calling
not
her
lying to
Grifton.
us.
Well,
Not that we know.
Yeah.
Okay, as you are woken up by the previous watch, all four of you have awakened this brief period. All four of you make me a perception check.
Uh-oh.
Perception.
Oh fuck.
This is not my
I'm so
my strong
glad I
suit.
got to sleep.
Okay,
I'm trying to find Gifton.
so all of you hear the howling. However, Argy, Carrick, and Gifton, in the response call, one of those howls is not like the other. It's far deeper, far more rumbly. And you three may make a nature check.
That doesn't sound good.
They got a werewolf.
Hey, good
Gifton.
job.
Dire wolf.
My eyes will go large. Oh, there's a dire wolf out there! There's a dire wolf out there!
That doesn't sound like
That's a dire
good
wolf.
thing. Can't they just be happy wolves instead of dire?
This is bad.
That will be big, Garrick.
I am not even gonna wait for asking. I'm gonna go clamber over and try start waking up Thaldir. Wakey, 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 wakey!
What is it?
Dire wolf! There's a dire wolf with them now. I'm sorry.
Going to grab my axes.
I'm putting my stuff on in a hurry because I just got up.
Okay, Valdir, you also hear this distant howling. Make a perception check, please.
Alright. Make sure that advantage isn't turned on accidentally.
You can't distinguish this other howl, but all of them sound a fair distance away. You're pretty sure they won't be here before dawn, and it's probably unlikely they want to attack you in daylight, but you don't know for sure.
It's alright. They're not close enough.
I'm gonna wring my hands. Okay, if you think you can go back to bed.
We'll need to be prepared if we're going to travel, but we should be good to finish resting.
Okay. Well, you guys heard Thaldir. I guess you can go to sleep. Me and Carrick have this.
I believe in you, little one. Mightiest tree.
Alright, well, I'm gonna draw my bow and sit waiting, because that's my first line of defense. And I am at the fire. That is where I live.
Argy calmly sits down by the fire with her staff and just starts to trance facing the fire again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Carrick and Gifton, you spend this hour with Gifton fretting and worrying, but as Valdir said, they don't seem to come again. There's the howls that move in and out of distance, shifting location. But soon it is daylight, and time to move once more.
We lived.
Alright, I'll get ready to lash myself onto the pseudo dragon again.
Okay. Dingus nuzzles you with its, in comparison to you, giant head,
Yeah.
sort of nudging you back and forth,
Mm-hmm.
making its little noises.
I'm gonna rub his head, and he like, yeah. We're gonna go up in the air again today, okay?
He leans down for you to get up on him.
Yeah.
As who is handling the horse?
I guess I will.
Not me.
Okay. As you unhook it, please give me an animal handling check. Okay. The horse, as you untie it from wherever you secured it, I'm assuming a little shrub or a little tree.
Something part of the structure, probably.
Yeah. It tries to bolt briefly, but you manage to calm it down. It seems it was very worked up through the night, surprisingly.
Mm-hmm.
And soon you're all moving on again. Gifting, you take to the air. Give me an animal handling check, please.
Yep, this isn't gonna go well. This isn't one of those things I'm good at, so... Yep. Oh, I do okay.
Today's flying goes much better. You are able to keep Dingus on course. He seems to be learning your little commands.
Mm-hmm.
And you are able to spot through the air for Faldir. And Faldir, your nature checks, please.
Or survival.
He's starting to learn that
Advantage.
desperate screaming and pulling in a direction means please stop bleeding.
Yeah. And Gifton, you make a perception check with advantage as well while you're up there.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Okay.
And sorry, which kind of check did you say? You wanted?
Nature for you.
Nature.
Survival actually.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. With Gifton's guidance, you're able to keep on course, and Gifton, you can see, squinting your eyes in the distance, wolves. They're not heading directly for you right now, but you look that way, there's some wolves. Oh no, you look the other way. Wolves just in the distance that way as well. And then everyone starts to hear howling from the north, howling from the south,
Yep,
howling
we're encircled.
from the west. And that howling from the west, everyone now hears it. Deeper, angrier, fiercer. Now, there are travel paces in D&D. You are all currently going at a slower pace. There is a fast pace.
Um,
Not that I'm suggesting anything. Just letting you know.
Yeah, might be in a better interest.
Faster. Must go faster.
I have slight control right now, right? How far out
Yes, you
are
have-
they?
Man, I would say each pack is roughly 4, 5, 6 miles off.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna bother doing that then. I was thinking about using fairy fire to make it look like the ground was on fire in front of them, so that way they'd veer.
No, these are now very distant, but you know that's not a much difference for an animal that moves that fast.
I'm gonna yell down to Thaldir, about 4 miles out north, about so many miles out that way. I don't know how far that is actually. I mean, like 2 cart rides.
Keep heading east toward the river. It's our safest bet.
Go as fast as you can, I guess.
Hey, dwarf, can you handle a horse?
Yeah, who can ride?
It would theoretically be best if I could.
Can somebody double ride with him?
Sure.
So somebody handle and he passenger, maybe?
The horse could carry 2 people.
It is a big horse, I thought. So who's the...
I've got a 2 for animal handling, so it's not horrible, but...
I think you and I are tied for that because I don't think anybody else is higher.
I have
argue.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're fast.
Sorry,
You're
let's
fast
roll
off the
the
ground,
fastest.
though, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm at 35 half foot.
Yeah, so in that case, I guess Carrick and I will try to ride.
Mm-hmm.
And
Would it be
unfortunate
easier for them if one of them hitched a ride with me?
Centaurs aren't actually able to do that in this district, but I will say you could carry one of the smaller folk. That's probably fouled here.
I'm also one of the heavier folk, though.
Yeah, that's also an issue, so probably not.
Might be a
Okay.
big Corvus.
Actually, Carrick is probably the lighter of the two.
Yeah,
I
actually,
would allow you to
probably
try,
the-
but you would be making checks to not exhaust yourself.
Okay. Then I
Oh,
will
yeah.
not try. This would be something I would assume I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just something I.
It's probably one of those things if you're fighting the stigmatism that people think you're a beast of burden when you're not. Right? It's like, no, we really aren't beasts of burden, you morons.
How
Right?
heavy is Carrick?
I can actually tell you that because actually I have that. I am
Like,
136 pounds,
How big
Plus
are
gear.
you?
medium, half elf.
Yeah, but like height.
5'7".
Okay. So I'm trying to see if maybe not carrying Corvus, but yeah, if Cassiopeia had carried one, possibly.
Can I
you.
take gear?
Take it? Take which? Oh, gear.
Yeah.
I don't
Without
think any of us are
exhausting
slowed
myself?
down from that. So
But I mean, that doesn't really stop any of us move
Yeah.
speed wise.
Yeah. That's the thing
Yeah.
is we got slow people.
So that's the thing. We're trying to get people who basically have a 30 or lower off of being 30 or lower.
Basically, that's just Thaldir, to be fair. So if Thaldir is on
I
the
have a
horse,
25, yeah.
yeah.
Well,
No,
they
it's
said
not just
30 or
Valdir. I
lower.
have
Yeah,
a 15.
Well, you're on
She's
a
done a
mount,
flying
so-
thing.
Yeah.
Baldir's on the horse. That leaves because I'm pretty sure both you and Carrick are 30.
Yeah, we're both
Yeah,
30.
that's why I said 30 or lower because I'm a 35.
Yeah, I think Cassiopeia is a 35, right?
Mm-hmm.
40.
40, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it would be
This
nice
is-
to be able to get two of them on the horse and one of them on.
Well,
Cassiopeia.
Carrick is lighter than Corvus, so Corvus can get on the horse with Thaldir.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to
Yeah.
puzzle out, which if that worked.
And then unfortunately, if Cassiopeia can't do it, just have Carrot get off maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Dingus can't carry Carrick as well?
No, Dingus can't carry Carrot.
Yes.
Dingus and I have like a carry capacity of like 15 pounds. Leave us alone.
All right, Argy, I guess you're gonna have to show off your monk skills and carry Carrick the whole way.
All right, so does that mean Thaldir's gonna drive with Corvus riding on the back? Because you're gonna have to drive if you're doing the animal handling.
Unfortunately, how far does Argy move?
35.
Yeah, okay, so if you distribute 2 onto the horse, 1 onto the centaur, have Argy running, and you on Dingus, the centaur will have to make checks. Well, frankly, you're all going to be making checks if you do certain things, but you could up your travel pace.
Mm-hmm.
You willing to take that risk, Toby?
If it keeps us from having to fight a dire wolf at level 1, yes.
All right. I believe in you. Come on, Thunderhoof.
So, Corvus,
Okay.
an important question, Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
What's your animal handling
1.
skill? All right, so I guess I'm doing the animal handling.
Okay, Faldir, first off, animal
Yes.
handling check.
All right, making sure I'm on normal. Well, that is
Oh.
freaking
Horsey
amazing.
Do
scared?
you want to use your inspiration?
Screw it. Let's use the inspiration.
Okay, roll again.
High hole silver away.
Okay,
Oh my God.
you keep the horse on course. You get it to start running.
It wants to run,
and-
I'm sure.
Okay, it does. It very much does. Cassiopeia, please make me a strength check.
Oh,
In fact,
okay.
athletics if you have it trained.
Athletics?
Mm-hmm.
You may. You're a barbarian. That would...
Nice.
Yeah.
You easily carry your passengers, and you break into a sprint, trying to keep up with the actual horse. Sam, you've already done your animal handling check. Dingus is fine following your commands for the day.
hmm
So you fly above them all. Argy, you monk the
Unfortunately,
fuck out
we're
and
slower
keep
than
up.
everybody else.
Yeah. But you're also safer than everybody
Yeah,
else.
well, I mean, on the one hand, I can kind of keep up because it's as the crow flies, right? So,
Yes. Yep. So throughout the day, you all run and ride and flee. You can hear the wolves howling and approaching, keeping pace and getting closer even as you flee. The day starts to pass, the night starts to fall. Question is, do you keep going or do you try and set up your camp again?
Before we lose vision, can Corvus?
I switched the horse.
Fuck.
No!
Oh no!
What have you done to our horse?
Oh my god! There we go.
That-
Okay, it's not as perfect as before, but it's kind of fixed.
all right, that was kind of a transcendent monstrosity for a brief moment.
What'd you do?
You made a flat horse.
It went 2D.
So
A wall accidentally?
Actually, I guess
You
it
got a
always
flat
was
horse.
2D. It just turned on its side.
the wolves are still following. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I say we book it because if we need to cross that river basically.
I ask the important question. That's what, at least a day away?
At your pace, day and a half perhaps.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to rest. Pushing through this, especially given the fact that Cassiopeia is one of the people pushing. We'll
We'll have to stand and fight then because they're coming.
You do know, you've done many forced marches in your time, Valdir. You can survive this. There will be con checks basically for everybody to avoid exhaustion.
Can I assist the person carrying me on their contract?
I'm gonna take out a little cloth and dab the forehead.
Yeah, if you could justify it.
Massage the muscles. Massage
What would you be
the
doing?
muscles.
Is it really bad the first that popped my brain?
Consult your physician.
Reach around and be like, the food.
Whoa!
The
No,
food goes in the mouth.
That's getting a little feely there.
Food goes in the mouth and the water goes in the mouth.
You know what?
tried
Sure,
just
Blackie.
gonna fly
Sure.
now? Just
Cassiopeia will have advantage on this check.
I just want to believe that every once in a while, like two little hands just come like
Oh, wait,
flicking
I forgot
into
to do
existence
advantage.
behind Cassiopeia, and then like
It's a con save.
Oh, it's con. Okay.
Well, this is if you guys are deciding to push or not.
alright,
yeah, given that.
I mean, have they gained on us, or are we just keeping them out?
It does. It's very hard to tell, but it does sound a bit closer.
I mean,
Alright.
we're either choosing to stop and fight, or we press.
I
And
say we.
Valdir, you know, with a direwolf with them, the torchlight is not going to stop them.
Yeah, I say we press.
Flee, you fools!
Okay, so you all press on.
Alright.
Cassiopeia, go ahead and make that con check
With advantage.
with advantage.
Con save or just con check?
Save. Yeah.
Save.
Ooh.
Ooh, no, that's enough. That's enough for the first day.
Whew.
Oh,
I'm assuming I have to make it as well.
You have to make it as well.
I'm assuming
Sam
Dingus.
has to make it.
Come on, Dingus, do this for me, baby.
Hey!
Okay, you're all fine. So you spend another day running.
How's Klopp doing?
Oh yeah, Klopp. Klopp has to
Oh
make the check.
no! Why did
You're
you
the one
say
with the stats,
anything?
so.
Yeah,
Eric.
Yeah.
Klopp
Oh,
is fine.
Klopp's a badass.
That makes so much
Yeah.
sense.
Klopp manages to hold his stead even though he was shrunk briefly. And
My brain.
as you flee through the day, night breaks again. Make another set saves, people.
Another con.
You can hear the wolves so close. So close.
Can Corvus, can he look behind to see?
Yes.
Yeah, you can look behind to see. You do see they are within eyesight. They're still distant, but you can see them.
Gonna master
I
blaster
think
them.
Okay.
Dingus takes a level of
Oh.
exhaustion.
Sam, Dingus takes a level of exhaustion unless you wish to use inspiration to roll that again.
Oh yeah, you did get it back at the start
I
of
did
that.
get it back. Yeah, can I just use the number I already rolled, or I didn't
Yes,
roll
you
again?
can. That's the second roll. So 5.
Yeah,
Yep.
I use up my
Okay.
inspiration.
And you all manage to press on. And
Elvis
you
will
find-
alert them all that they are getting in visual
We need
range.
Klopp's roll though.
oh,
you
did
did
Yeah,
Klopp.
already.
Yeah, he got the 20.
Yeah.
Klopp's fine because he doesn't have disadvantage if he's
He's a
disadvantaged.
draft horse.
Yeah.
and you soon find yourselves at the river.
Fjord it.
Now,
Back against the wall.
1 second.
There's wolves in the water.
Be right back.
All right, so more than 1 second.
If we had to make one more roll, I was going to start Master Blastering and hoping that may give us all advantage. Just start shooting arrows. back at
Doing
wolves.
Who
Yeah.
runs down?
That's some serious cliff, Sally.
You make it to the top of some rocks that lead down into the river. You can see a few safe paths down, covered in snow. And the river is indeed frozen. You can hear that subtle
Freak.
flow of water beneath and that creak of ice.
Can we
Can I
throw the
throw
wolves
a
through the
rock
ice?
across the ice and hear the
Alright.
And
Putting
you
me
can
and
still
Dingus
hear
on
the
the map
wolves.
so you can figure out where
Yeah.
we stand.
You can all move yourselves anywhere towards the southern edge that you wish.
We should definitely be in a similar area because, well, all right. So RG
RG
ran
got
away.
lost.
Or usually runs off the cliff.
Actually, let me do that.
Alright.
Oh.
Thrumming bird. Thrum.
Do
Bird
we
is
need the
thrumming.
horse?
You do not want the horse on the battlefield simply because that makes it a target. I am being nice and saying it wouldn't be attacked otherwise.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Works for me.
It's getting a hand wave.
Horse is going to be attacked.
It already ran
So-
across the ice somehow.
Cloth is the magical invincibility horse that will always be there whenever we whistle.
Basically.
Oh, so
Up
so
on the
we're
D-pad.
my brain's sitting there. Skyrim. The horse falls over. It just gets up.
So-
a little while.
No, I don't think the horse is going to clip through the ground.
As you come to the river, tired, so tired you have been going for days now. Those distant hows stay distant, as if they don't want to be near the river.
Uh-oh.
Oh, fuck.
God damn it.
There's a naiad down here. I'm gonna be mad.
No, there's a troll.
Okay,
No,
so
I'm voting for Sam's vote.
you
I controlled again.
so you look across the river. You see there's only one real safe path up over here.
Yeah, I was starting to think we should have been on that side.
Yeah, we weren't smart. To be fair, we were scared and running from wolves, so this is where we came.
Can we be on that side?
if you want, you could have seen this from a distance. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 You're free to put yourself.
I mean,
there.
technically, I've been in the air, so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to be a dick. You could have seen that.
Yeah.
I'm going back to where I originally put myself on the map.
Yep.
I was right.
Okay, and I would like everybody to make perception checks, please.
I would like to do well on my perception check. Could that happen, please? Yes,
It did.
Yes.
it could.
So,
Oh!
okay. Cassiopeia, Carrick, Gifton. As you stand at the top of this bank preparing to go down, you see movement on the other side. Shifting out of cover from behind rocks and stepping around the bend.
The
Outlaws.
fuck?
Mar.
One far more well outfitted than the others. Seems to be grinning in his ear as he steps forward, nodding off into the distance behind you. Wolves been giving you trouble, eh?
I look over at Carrick, expecting him to talk.
Last time I saw him, I got mind controlled. The other goddamn dryad. Just under fencing clothes.
They're just outlaws. You can seduce them this time.
That only works if they're female.
Well,
This is the one
evidently
female.
evidently you're very
You are making
pretty.
some assumptions.
I am going to suddenly yell, realizing there's a hesitation. We have no quarrel with you. We wish to pass.
Ah, passing's easy, lass. Where is she? I hear her voice, but I don't see her.
I'm not calling shit out.
Yeah.
I'm slightly gesturing towards Carrick to see if they can mistake the pretty boy.
He squints a little bit, but doesn't make further comment on it. He's like, yeah, crossing's easy. 5 gold ahead. You cross by fine.
There's 4 of us, right?
There's 6 of us.
But he doesn't see Gifton, apparently.
There's 5.
And I
of
mean,
us.
one's a horse, so.
So by my count, there's about 6 of you. What? No wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Hey,
8. So what's that? 5 times 8. That's 40 gold, right?
No.
So you're about.
No.
No.
No, lass, 6 gold ahead for you. 5, father.
But you don't want to come over here.
Well, I do have 10.
We're quite comfortable here.
Can you
Don't have
tell
to
us
deal
how to
with wolves
cross
on this side.
safely?
Yeah, we even got wooden slats.
You promise that we'll be safe after we cross.
He puts his hand on his chest and gives a little flourish. On my honor, you'll be safe.
And
I would like.
Then make an insight check.
I'd
if you
like
so
to
wish.
make an insight check because guess what? I'm actually trained. Please.
I'll make the check. High five, Sam.
Yeah.
Okay, Carrick and Cassiopeia, you're not really sure. The rest of you, you actually think they might let you go. Why? Because, frankly, they don't want to call down too much trouble on themselves. Collecting gold from people is a lot easier than fighting.
Argues turn goes, I'll be honest, I'm all for just being out 5 gold to make it so we don't have to fight more.
I only have 4 gold, 5 silver. Is that okay?
Depends whether the rest of yours can cover you.
very quietly, Corvus is gonna lean in and whisper, I have enough to cover everyone here.
I have a good amount.
Argue just kind of turns and looks incredulous.
I'm pretty close
Well,
myself.
you get that kind of money.
Yeah, who's got that kind of money? I'm like motioning at my backpack, which you can literally see 4 coins strapped
I'm
to
looking
my
at Gifton.
backpack.
I'm just like,
This is heavy. What?
Gifted. They don't know you're here.
Oh.
Shouldn't we hide her in something?
Yeah, Gifton, get my backpack. I'm pretty sure that.
I don't
Dingus
like
can
your
fit in your-
backpack. Everything's loose in there.
No, my
Whoa.
backpack's very well organized. It's the
Alright.
other bag that isn't.
Well, my lords and
Fine.
ladies, what's it going to be?
All right. Put me
Okay,
in your
we
backpack.
will pay. We will pay. I'm gonna reach
We'll
into my
pay.
bag.
All right, grand. A couple of my boys will be across to collect the coinage, and then you'll be on your way.
All right. I'm gonna
And,
get in his backpack, and I'm gonna tell Dingus to set up on Carrick.
I'm gonna look at Corvus and go, yeah, don't pay at all, and I'm gonna pull out.
Can't believe we're gonna sneak
How
this,
much?
guys.
1, 2,
You guys are lying.
5.
I don't know what you're
I'm gonna pull out 10 gold. I'll cover myself and someone else.
I'll pay my own way. I always do.
Argue will just pull out 5 gold pieces. And welcome. That's for me.
I guess you're paying for the horse.
Yep.
Okay.
Or just
I
in case.
swear I'm going to kick someone.
As you're all
You
sorting
already
out the
kicked
gold,
someone.
the 2 bandits flanking him come forward with a bunch of wooden boards, which they start to lay across the ice. It's not the most secure thing, However, it does spread out weight a bit more, and they seem pretty happy to walk across it themselves.
Mhm.
As they lay out a trail and come across to the other side. Their compatriots up on the rocks have what look to be like crossbows trained on you all as they move.
I'm so surprised.
One of them motions to the boards as he holds out a hand towards you as well, as if asking for the gold.
Corvus will hand him the gold and then give what he picked up from his mother back in Wintercroft, a thieves can't sign, hoping that will buy some more sway.
As you hand over the gold, which how much are you handing over total?
5 for me. Everyone else's.
I think
we're
we're
handing
all
over. Five
Just pool it into one person to
It's-
hand
yeah.
over.
Okay, so 45 gold total, I think.
Yeah.
Wait,
How
40.
much did you say?
No,
No.
25 gold.
25.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15.
He looks perplexed by the motions you're making, as if this dude isn't someone that's versed in the underground nature of
The
thievery.
complexities.
Yes,
Intricacies.
he's a common bandit, and he counts through the gold, motions to his boss that it's all okay, and then simply gestures for you to go across. Pleasure doing business with you all.
Danke. And Corvus will proceed.
Is there anything
Alright,
good
who-
in your backpack?
Backpack. There's the burglar's pack. So there's 5
Yeah,
rations, a
check
tinder
everything, or we just
box.
get across?
I'm gonna
water
nervous
skin.
eat while you're
Um,
doing this.
With their boards down, you have to make no checks. There will have to be an animal handling check from Faldir on the horse. And the bandit leader just shout across, I wouldn't recommend all of you being on that horse.
Yeah, I was gonna
Maybe we should
try
leave it.
to lead the horse.
Yeah.
Sam. There's a bag of
Okay,
ball
give me an animal handling check.
Oh my god, I'm getting a ball bearing out.
There's also a bell.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my god, a bell.
Okay, you get the horse across just fine. It seems a bit skittish about this, but you managed to get it across. And
I
all of
led
you-
a horse to water. It was
Yeah.
really
Crushed
hard.
it too.
Okay.
All right, my lords and ladies, thank you for being so cooperative. Have a nice day.
You as well.
And he lets you by.
Particularly troublesome this year.
Yeah, I've been harrowing a lot of people. Poor mites haven't been able to get a bite to eat, it seems.
Yeah, good for business.
Oh, grand for business. This is the only safe crossing south of, shit, what's it called?
What's it called? Croft something.
Gold.
Yeah, the fancy big city that way.
Fancy big city to the north, eh?
I'm raising all their faces so I can get my money back.
They all do have little masks covering the bottom half of their faces, but if you try to memorize those eyes,
So how many of them have lazy eyes?
one.
Okay, can memorize that one.
One
Poor
with
Smock.
lazy
At some
eyes.
point when we're high level, just because suddenly, I remember you.
And
What?
So does everyone move across without
Corvus will go
Yeah.
to the guy that's the big guy here
Mhm.
and say, is there anyone who is suffering of any issues? Physical?
he squints at you briefly as he listens to you talk, and
He's a medic.
Right. And he opens up slowly his pouch.
and he actually seems a little annoyed as he goes, I don't think anybody's going to trust a Hexenreich medic down here. Move along.
Right.
Forgive
He will
him. He's an idiot.
Yeah, they all are, that lot. Watch your back with him, right? And that's coming from me.
What? I'm confused. Once we're out of earshot, go. What is he talking about?
Racism. I'll explain it to you later.
Ah, as a dwarf, I can tell you many things, young elf.
Technically, it's not racism.
For instance, about your people.
Hey,
Let's
only half
start.
That will be
Only
entirely
half of my
racist.
Right, and they let you go without a problem,
Other than taking your money.
other than taking your money.
I found an amazing thread. It was so great. It was holding together this bag of ball bearings.
There's now
a lot more jangly.
Yeah.
It's a really good thing she didn't find a flint or something.
There is a tinderbox, but I'm pretty sure the bell on the other bag distracted her more.
And as you move past freely and start plotting your course free of being chased, and perhaps planning to rest a bit before so, we are going to end there.
No.
Aw.
No, I was having fun.
That was good.
To stay up until the power went out at
Yeah,
Blackie's
4 more hours.
4 more hours.
Some of us don't
I
want
think this is about end time, right?
Yeah, it's about it
Yeah.
time. Yeah, you're about
Okay.
right.
So, for defeating the Dryad and its minions,
Hmm?
for successfully avoiding 2 planned encounters,
Who was this? Oh, was this the second one?
the wolves were the first planned,
Yeah.
and this was the second one.
Okay.
Yes.
We're cowards.
I was like making sure we didn't like completely like somehow bypass one without knowing.
I don't know if
We
he knows
were
we're
supposed
cowards.
to run away, and that was the other
Yeah.
encounter.
Yeah. I'm counting the wolves as a full successful encounter, so you're gonna get full XP for that. This
Yeah.
one, it's a kind of defeat, but not entirely, so you're gonna get a bit.
Right.
Let me calculate it up real quick for you.
Alright.
The worst part
Oh
is
god, I'm stuck in the accent now.
I have a
Ah,
really high
oi.
deception, but the character doesn't know enough currently to lie his way out of stuff like that. Is the problem. Give a couple levels,
Okay.
and that'll fix
kind
itself.
of rogue doesn't know how to lie.
The charming kind.
Okay, you all get 231 XP each.
Ooh.
Ooh, so that puts us at 300.
Level 2!
Mm-hmm.
Do we level up
What
when we
was-
get to town, or do we level up?
You level up right now.
Wait, hold on. So, how much experience is our total?
331.
Yay! Hey, there's no. By doing that, there's a character mancer button.
I know that lets you
Don't
do your level
use
up.
it.
Don't use
It's
it.
the devil.
Terrible.
Don't.
Don't touch it.
The devil.
Can I have access to random person sheet, Allie, that I can push to mine?
Why?
He wants to
Because
know
it would
what
make
it's
other
If
people
he
have to
does
do
that, I
things.
feel like you need to let more people change to their Deadpool choice.
No.
My new Deadpool choice is.
Now, see, I have the
No,
struggle here
no.
of do I multi-class Warlock or do I take my second level of Paladin now? Hard. I'll figure that out.
I do a super silly thing and start taking a level.
Actually, I should take my second level of Paladin because then I get the ability to shoot it point blank.
You know what I get at second level?
Fighting
Rogue.
style something.
Yeah, fighting
Oh.
style.
Yeah.
Rogue gets the bonus action for dash, disengage, or hide.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Not quite super useful for my build.
Cunning act.
Cunning action's delicious.
It is, but
I
unfortunately,
gained 2 key points.
most of the abilities of it actually are not like what this character would do. So, I mean, it's very useful, but then there's the possibility of taking level of sorcerer, going. Suddenly, we have magic.
Also, I'm now faster than Toby.
Wow,
45.
that went quick.
Level 2, I get unarmored movement.
It actually is
I
kind
go
of fitting,
45.
considering you just sprinted through the reeds.
Now, hilariously, I'm going to add that gold you gave them to their total because you may come back to these guys because they are a bounty.
Like I said, memorize faces.
Okay. I hope that was alright.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was
That was
fun.
good.
Get a silly
Thank you.
history
That's a good
idea
game,
if I
Allie.
did this.
You're doing an amazing job. Doing good.
I could totally take that as a learning experience from today's game if I did sorcerer. Charm person. That would make me a horrible person, wouldn't it?
Yes.
I mean, technically, if I take it when I get level 4 rogue, I then have 6 cantrips known. Oh no, that's right. I'm taking the other feat first.
Okay, I am taking the fighting style alley.
It's
The
taking close quarters.
close quarters.
Okay.
Sure, I thought you were saying you were taking the fighting style alley.
Ha.
You know, the thing that actually makes me a little sad is that you never get a resistance as a draconic bloodline sorcerer.
Don't.
Nope. Oh yeah, you do. But it's not permanent. You have to spend a sorcery point to gain it.
You have to, yeah, you still get it
Yeah,
You
it's
have
not
to burn
quite
a
the same
resource.
as actually just getting it.
because you're not a dragonborn. Just have blood.
You.
You be see in previous editions that was actually more effective than being dragonborn.
Oh, I forgot to calculate. Did I?
I mean, I automatically go if I do this, I automatically gain like 2 AC.
I hate how when you copy and paste from things, sometimes it just makes the spacing really crap. You know?
You have
Yeah.
to go in there and
You have to
delete all the
fix-
extra space.
and fix everything. And it's like, ugh.
If I rolled really good and I was the sorcerer, I could actually gain double my hit points. I have to roll max though, which is actually what I have to do to gain it at this point, anyways.
Does the dragon drop your class no longer work after first level?
Say that again.
When you drag and drop your class from the
Oh, that one I don't know.
yeah.
I didn't know that
Is-
did it. Because I've never been on this side usually.
Yeah, I did the drag and drop to get aspects of the class, but I'm not sure if it does anything for second level because I'd always been copying out of the book
Yeah.
until this time.
Did you make you change your level on the
Yeah, I
right.
changed my level, but it
I
didn't
think-
add in a feature. That's the
Yeah, I don't
key.
know. I've never actually done the drag and drop part of that either.
On the bright side, I won't be swapping to my sword most of the time now. Because I can shoot from within 5 feet, so I can be like right there.
Alright, let's possibly break my sheet.
But isn't your sword and bow about the same?
Yeah,
No.
but not really. So
The bow does a lot more because
I get
she's a high dex.
I have a high dex, so the bow's
Ah,
a bit better.
your sword is strength.
No, my bow's actually it's a Fey bow or Fey. I have a Fey sword Ellie made me, so it's not bad, but I have to really two-hand it to do good, and I'd rather. I'm honestly way happier at range, and I kind of want
Not having to switch weapons is also very handy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's part of the reason why one of the either way I gain cantrips, one of them's going to be ranged. Because then I can just have the bow. Problem is, I just found out something. I need to look up and need to see if they added it at some point. Doesn't look like you can sneak attack with a spell, like ranged spell. Because it specifically says ranged weapon, not ranged attack.
Yeah, it used to be you could do range attack, so that sucks.
Which is fine because honestly,
Sneak
I can
attack
just go and
magic
stab.
missile is pretty mean.
Dagger, 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 dagger.
It is the rogue.
I do miss. That's one thing I do wish was in this that Pathfinder did. The specifically dagger built rogue. But it was kind of crazy to have a D8 sneak attack die.
Okay, I fixed it. Whew. I have this.
I'm gonna keep with Rogue for now because I still haven't 100% decided if I'm gonna
Actually,
take the
I don't
level
think
of
it actually
sorcerer.
did it. Wow.
But
There.
So is these Deadpool things a constant until one happens?
Yep, up until it happens.
Okay.
someone almost got one.
Yeah. That was oh yeah, that reminds me, I am down.
Because I
another
will
arrow.
honestly admit, if I'm doing a con save, I'm probably failing it. Because that's my second worst save.
So you're saying
I
I can knock you out really easy?
Well, knockout's
Yeah.
easy for anything. It's just hit point based. But killing me is really easy because I have a +1 con save.
I just have to remember that I don't have disadvantage on rolls in close, and that I can ignore half and 3/4 cover if something's within 30 feet of me.
And
It's
you get
good.
+1 to hit, don't you?
Yeah, I just added that in. So now when I attack, it's this, which is a horrible roll. So, but that's with basically a +6. So I rolled a 2.
Most likely, what's probably going to be happening is I'm probably going to be using the dash for now. Next level is when suddenly I start going, who wants to hit better? Fun part. Technically,
We all want to hit.
actually, let me look at the. Actually, I want to.
No,
look
you
at
should
the-
you should really just go Bard because you already got that boyish looks to you.
No. To be honest,
we're gonna have even more dryads trying to.
the rogue actually works really good for this type of stuff, especially as a mastermind. Actually,
We're not a mastermind until level 3.
yes. Huh.
Oh, I get 2 level
you
1
say
spells. I
3?
gotta find that.
So, as a fun note, the exact wording on help, you can technically help yourself. Alternately, you can aid a friendly creature in attacking a creature within 5 feet of you. You feign, distract the target in some other way, team up to make your allies' attack more effective. If your allies attack the target before your next turn, the first attack roll is made at advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a weirdness of how it works. The funny part is, I'm the only class that can do it at range, so I can actually do it for my bow attacks.
I just realized something fantastic. It's gonna be nice when I go drunk monk.
Mm.
I can activate flurry of blows off of a dart attack,
Wow.
so I can
Ooh.
fling a dart, activate flurry, and use that to just start
Nice
moving around
one.
with the free disengage. Jesus, yeah.
Congrats.
Let's do
I don't
that.
feel as squishy anymore.
Well, I have
I mean, your max before was 14. You had more than maybe the rest
I
of
can
us.
do this now,
My favorite spell.
and I can do this.
Mhm.
That's a good spell.
Yeah.
No
Deal with
touching.
Those are both good spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get
added
anything
this
in.
one.
I don't get anything particularly special,
Best
but
Oh.
spell.
I can do this now.
You get a cantrip?
Yeah, because I got the dryad
I
part.
gave him the dryad
I
heart.
can theoretically do that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Y'all
So
get
I
one
added it to my
extra.
sheet in case.
Yeah, makes sense.
Y'all get one extra healing from me.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, I'm totally very happy with you doing that because I don't have very much healing, so it's nice for me to conserve it.
Mm-hmm. Tovus
Average.
just doesn't like it. He's like, no, stop.
Average.
Doesn't feel good.
Do you have any butterfly band-aids?
I can maybe make some.
I feel like Gifton will appreciate that.
I don't know. I want dragon band-aids because I'm a badass.
All right, do you have any dragonfly band-aids?
I can maybe draw some on.
My band-aids need to be very little, please.
Very little. You get hurt, and I'm gonna just like, can I just mummify you? Can I just wrap you up like a little mummy?
Don't worry, it's a single band-aid that I just kind of accidentally did that with.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Marcus. That foraging, you get 1 charge back from your healer's kit.
1 charge? I was going to ask, yeah. So 1 charge per foraging if successful?
Yep.
Okay.
So I have to ask Hatman, did it work when you did the thing? Were you able to drag and drop it, or it didn't work?
No, it didn't do anything.
Yeah, I was just saying you
so
can't
I
drag
had
and
to-
drop. I was just trying that with cutting action.
Yeah. I wasn't able to drag and drop it again. I guess it only does space.
Okay, well, I have also gained this. Unfortunately, in my next level of doing this, when I gain my oath, I will start scaring the shit out of myself every time I do that.
Yeah, that's...
It's gonna be hilarious because I turned Fae, guys.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I think I've got a
Hey,
proper
Sam?
panel.
You should also take sharpshooter, because that is stupid.
Crossbow mastery might be
He's
helpful.
not happy with my sharpshooter build.
Fuck!
Well, I'll
Monty,
have
are
you
you
know.
running the differentiated sharpshooter or the standard one?
Standard.
I'll have you know, Marcus, I won't be able to do that because the first thing I have to take is mounted combat. Because if I end up in combat on Dingus, I am in a hell of a horrible place.
Yeah.
And if I'm also in combat and sitting on like your guys' shoulders, I am in a worse place. Like Titans of the Colossus battle problems. That is not
Sure.
okay. So I have
No,
to take mounted combat first so I can keep my footing. Because otherwise I will
Allie's-
fall on my ass.
What was it? I think you did like 40-something damage in 1 shot,
Yes.
and now you can do it twice.
Marcus got to experience the wonders of a extra
was-
effect like smiting or crit or sneak attack on top of a sharpshooter build attack round
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say
on a crit.
I was going to say without the crit. I mean, I was doing close to that on my Knoll. I just had actually have a turn to actually hit the thing as opposed
Yes,
to everybody else doing
it was not expected at level 5, however.
Oh yeah,
Why not?
That surprised you. I mean, it's all against stuff that's AC's low enough because if it's high enough AC, it doesn't actually do anything.
No, that's even worse.
Archery
because-
helps with that.
Yeah,
I know, I had archery.
my monster had 19 AC, and Allie
just
was
rolled
hitting
well.
it every bloody time.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
for all
Hot
intents
dice.
and purposes, yeah. If you have the hot dice, because I mean that's -5 to your roll. So
Yeah, I know, but yeah.
Hot dice, purpose builds, character. Good luck.
So I actually had to look this up because I was curious because cutting action is horribly written.
Isn't it just?
Yes, and it is officially because I'm like, rules as written basically tells you get a second bonus action with how it's worded,
Mm-hmm.
and it's officially no, you don't, which I completely understand. But I'm like, I'm gonna actually look this up because straight up, word for word. Quick thinking and agility allow you to move and act quickly. You can take a bonus action each of your turns in combat, which everybody can already do. So it's
Yeah.
like,
It's like, great, so I do another one?
yeah, I actually
Yeah.
was curious about that, but yeah, officially it does not work that way. Which, like I said, makes perfect sense because that is kind of broken if it
Can't
did.
believe Blackie kicked snow at me. How rude.
Well,
No.
we'll do this, Sam, real quick.
Huh? I'm actually really glad you didn't do what I.
Sam?
Okay, so that is the roll that had your name on it.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair,
To be fair, this was the
Would've
roll that
been
had his name
shooting.
on it, and I would have missed.
Well, here's the thing, Sam. Though,
Yeah. Let's
can you
see,
survive
10.
13 hit points of damage?
I think I would have went down. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
But
was
the
actually,
thing
I was,
is,
I was actually expecting you,
I was,
our cook,
Yeah.
to pull a pot and just drop the pot over me.
I was very deliberate with my wording.
Yeah, that was the thing is that because of how Allie worded it, he would not have actually attacked. If she would have said, fight them or attack them,
Mhm.
he would have actually fired the bow.
And then you
And
would have got your
honestly, no.
Deadpool, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, are you each other's Deadpool?
Yes!
But
Such
that's
good friends.
that's actually, if, like I said, technically in this case, it's a different case than, me forcing it, because I was being forced to do it. I couldn't. With the wording, I had choice, and I made the choice.
I know, and
honestly, the pot wouldn't have worked for a big reason.
What?
That would have technically stopped you from attacking, and that's really not just a help or something like that. That's
It would have stopped me
the
from
problem of
attacking
your
them,
size.
though.
Yeah, but it fits into just the issue of size at that point. It's not a. Oh god.
You'd be cheating. You cheated. You kicked me with snow.
I
Cheater,
kicked you with
cheater.
snow.
Well,
Was it in here, or was it someplace else that someone linked the new Pixie and Brutus
it was here.
puddle? Okay.
So good news, you guys are pretty much next session. You're going to be starting getting Southwest time. You're starting your traditional fantasy adventure.
We're going to a pub?
Yes. You're all going to go meet in a pub.
So, who's going to spend the time hitting on the bartender? Who's going to get flat out drunk?
Yeah.
Yo.
And
Well, we both can.
I assume that Carrick
I gotta
will
use a bar for
accidentally
it.
start working.
No, he's gonna have a different problem. He's probably gonna be run out of air for flirting with people he's not actually flirting with.
The entire bar thing brings back the old skit from a video game. Are there girls there? If there are, I want to do them.
A video game?
Oh yeah, Summoner.